What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Blesscast episode 3. I'm so excited for tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. We got a great group of creators and fans in here tonight. We're going to talk about all kinds of cool projects, crazy stories. We're going to make April laugh. We won't know if she's going to pass out or she's red in the face because she's doing some art, and right now we're going to see what she's working on. But we're going to talk about Kinktober. We've got the kickoff link for that tonight. You guys don't want to stick around because we got a cover reveal tonight to show off one of the variant covers for the Kinktober Project. And Rush Explode Studios is sponsored by Codex Entertainment LLC, Naughty Fairies, 183 Degree Studios with Miss Kara Nicole and Alfred Trujillo, Doo. Check out their Patreons and all that good stuff, and check out 183 Degree Studios. And we are also sponsored by the one that I always forget lately is Outpost 426 with CB Zane and Michael Shoemaker, as well as Malone Management and Hasm Productions. We got Rodney Fike in the house tonight to talk about Roadkill Rampage 2 and whatever other crazy stuff. Last week we were throwing up gang signs. I don't know what this means, so maybe April can tell us. And we are also sponsored by Doris Jones Labor of Love. Check out her website at dorisjoneslaboroflove.com. You can get a $75 black and white canvas with neon acrylic paint on it, as well as some of her other art that's available on that page. So please check that out. And last but not least, sponsored by Comic Books for Kids charity auctions ran by Rush Explode Studios. Please check out the page. Please like the page. Check out the stuff we have for auction. If you want to donate something for the auctions, you can do so by reaching out to me. All proceeds go to CB4K, which help sick kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the nation. What CB4K do, they send books, coloring books, puzzle dispensers, pop figurines, and all kinds of great stuff to these kids, stuffed animals. And some of these kids may not ever get to go home again. So your donation could be the reason why a parent sees their child smile for the last time. Very important organization to my heart. So without further ado, we're going to bring out the great cast that we've got tonight. We've already got a whole bunch of people in here in the comments. So let's bring out Miss Katrina Rhodes. Hello, Katrina.
Hey, guys.
And we got Tom Hutchinson, Bigdawg.
What's going on? What's happening?
And we've got Rodney Ficus with Hasm Productions. What's going on, buddy?
Whoop, whoop.
And we got Squeeeville Incorporated. I mean, Raina Art.
Hello.
Famous. Here we go.
Signs. It's all good to please get involved.
Woo! Hold on. Move. Yeah. Kinktober. And then we got Smithers. He's covering his face in the background.
April's already making me laugh before I even get on the show. Jesus.
Oh my gosh. So I gotta ask you, like every.
Hi, everybody.
Are you gonna get kicked out again tonight every time you like disapprove of something or like something off the wall gets said to where you're covering your face up? That's what happened last week. Jack and I were laughing like every time Smithers objected, he was just like, "Boop, I'm gone." And we got Miss AZ Power Girl, Kara Nicole, and Alfred Trujillo. And we've got an echo on your end, guys.
It came on with the
Hey, everybody.
Is that better?
Yes.
Hold on a second.
Excuse me.
Hey, Heather, what's going on?
Hey, beautiful.
No, it's still echoing there, Alfred. I think it's you. Hold on, let me check. I'm with you. Yep. It's you guys. I gotta love technology. Whoops. Why did you mute yourself?
I can hear you. I'm fine.
So we got a bunch of people here. I'm gonna say hi to the people in the chat. So we've got hold on, let me mute you again real quick there. Alfred will check on you in a minute. So we've got Jack in here, he's saying hi Trish. We got Trish in here. And let's see, we got some more chaos. We got Mike in here. Yes, the throw was back just for a limited time. And we've got Doris Jones, Labor of Love in the house. How's it going, Doris? Please go check out our website and get some of those lovely paintings from her, as well as the painting that's on Comic Books for Kids charity auction. So how is everybody doing tonight? We got an awesome show tonight. We got a great panel of people on here. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna make April see several times laugh. We'll throw up gang signs there randomly.
Apparently, that's not going to be very hard.
No, it's not. It's low hanging fruit.
She came out of the gate laughing. I bring her on. She's already laughing. She's like, "Oh my god."
There she goes.
Yeah.
All right, let me bring out Alfred here real quick and check his mic. All right,
I'll
testing.
have
testing.
you know that Facebook Land or whoever does the algorithm, that after Marissa Pope and I were talking about Henry Cavill, all of a sudden every single day I get a Henry Cavill meme that drops on my page, and I'm like, I'm not angry about it whatsoever. So thank you, algorithms.
So, Tom, you got a great project going on right now. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Oz?
Yeah, we're actually just started week 2 today, so we're just over 19,000. It is back here. It's our Western reimagining of the Wizard of Oz. That's a 10-year anniversary for the Legend of Oz this year. So we're doing 3 campaigns. Well, we've done 2 campaigns. This is the 3rd and final campaign of the year. Almost 350 backers, $19,000. We're pacing right along with all the other campaigns that we've done. So it's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's an awesome book. Everybody loves. It's easily our gateway drug to Bigdawg Inc. because everybody knows what the Wizard of Oz is, even if they don't know what our Oz is. So every time we're at cons and whatever, people are like, "Oh, I know what Oz is. What is this thing?" So it's an easy icebreaker to be like, "Yo, let me tell you about this book." So Mr. Smithers knows what's going on. He's. Are you in the all-in camp, all-in tier, Mr. Smithers?
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely. Yeah. maybe a little bit more than that, but
a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just announced today we've got a really big what we call a level 2 stretch goal. We did this with Penny for Your Soul a couple years ago, so we should be able to hit this one too. For those that don't know, stretch goals are like as you're doing your campaign and your goal is 10,000. Anything over that, you start to give away free stuff like trading cards and magnets and fun stuff like that. And we do that too. But we also announced today that we have a level 2 stretch goal, so we get to 25,000. All backers that are pledging $75 or more are going to get a free copy of the Legend of Oz trade paperback, Volume 5, that's never been in print. Plus, we're going to have a variant cover just for the backers. So it's a really nice limited edition item. We pulled it off for Penny for Your Soul a couple years ago. So we should be able to hit this one too. So it'll be a nice big stretch goal freebie as part of the campaign.
And then Trish said, "Drop Justin cover, please, and thanks, Tom."
That's Justin's cover is coming Wednesday. Wednesday is our add-on day, so Justin's cover is coming on Wednesday. So get ready for that.
And there's a link for anybody that's watching. If you have not checked out Legends of Oz, you can go find that there. So I'm going to swing back over here to Kara and Alfred. We're going to try them out again. Yeah, we got an echo, buddy. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's really weird. Click on. Yeah.
All right, I'll come back to you in just a second. So we're going to go over here. We're going to laugh at Smithers a little bit. So Smithers, let us know that for once, like for the first time ever, somebody has faster internet than Smithers. He got a comic book site that everybody was actually able to claim everything before he got his claim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's my local comic shop, Powers Comics. They've been doing live shows since the pandemic, and I can't get crap on those shows. It really pisses me off where I don't even want to buy. Seriously, they have so many people on that show, so many loyal customers in Green Bay alone. It's just I'm almost like 5th or 6th.
You're good, Alfred.
Is that better?
So it's really rough. But not on Tom's show. Maybe it's because I hang out right outside Tom's house every Wednesday night.
Well, like you said this. We did a live show last week, and we were talking about the shows. And for you, you're one of those collectors that's like, you see, a piece. It's like, hey, this is what's coming next, and all Smithers knows the product. He's like, oh, I know what that is. That's a Jen Broomwall. That's the thing, and he's already ready to claim it before I even tell people what it is, what the price is. So he's on it. He knows what's going on.
Yeah, and I don't care about the price if I really want it. Tom could be $1,000. And I'd be like, oh shit, what did I just do? And then I'm like, I guess I'm stuck. So I don't back.
Yeah, claim it before he even says the price. Tom, he's gonna see you be claiming. He's gonna be like, that's $100,000. And you're gonna be like, oh, let Rob have that one because Rob will get in second. Like, oh no, and Rob will be like, oh no, it's all good, Smithers, you went first.
That's exactly how it happened. Yeah.
So Alfred and Kara, how are you guys doing? You guys got the unstable frequencies coming up pretty soon, right?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be so much fun. It's been just fantastic putting it together. We got some like really eerie stories that I think a lot of people are gonna really enjoy. Just having some of that horror supernatural, but with the Alfred and Kara type of feel to it. So it's gonna be fantastic. The campaign. We got some amazing artists on deck. We got some awesome pieces already in. So it's just been awesome seeing it kind of build up, and then we're gonna be doing that Kickstarter here pretty soon. So yeah, it's gonna be incredible.
But first, we have my calendar campaign.
Yeah.
So, and that's gonna be super quick. That's gonna be like 2 weeks, no backer kit, no crowd ox, no, just the survey right from the campaign and shipping, because we know that it's gonna take a while with the new shipping issues with the post office and whatnot. So we've already started talking to the printer to make sure that we are set, and we're going to and I'm already purchasing the stretch goals, as well as making sure that we have pretty much everything already on board. It's been really odd lately with things. Printers haven't been able to get ink or paper, and cardboard is hard to come by. Just like weird stuff.
Well, I can say this. So I've been like hardcore breathing down retailers' necks around here. Like there's this one place I went in like 3 times. I'm like, so we're gonna do a book signing. You come in here, bring in a table. I'll pay for the ad. I'll put it out there, bring it in. And unfortunately, the managers are there supposedly. But I went to the bookstore here. I didn't know we had one in Washington. Like looking at the local bookstores, and there's this little one downtown, and they said that they do author book signing. So I went in there. I was like, hey, I'd love to do a book signing. So I do have a book signing scheduled there on the 16th. But they don't have room for me to keep my book there on the shelf because their warehouse that they work from told them to order extra books because they can't get any more of the books that they have in stock because paper shortage. And so like it's all the industries across the board, from comic books to books to anybody, there's a huge paper shortage. So even the high-end author books, Stephen King, stuff like that, what's on the shelf right now is pretty much all the retailers are going to have, because the warehouse is like, what we have in stock right now is it. Once we sell out until the paper shortage stops, we're not going to have anything. So it's turning into a huge issue. It started with boxes and packages and Geminis, and now it's paper. What's it going to be next? Ink?
It's ink, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, we've been waiting on ink for a bit, actually. It's weird. It's super weird. So we're all doing the best we can. So like I said, we're shooting to launch the calendar campaign in a couple of weeks. We still have the card campaign open. We always have those second chances at Indiegogo. So it's like, oh, I missed the Kickstarter. Okay, but you can buy all the still over on Indiegogo.
Well, then you run into issues like you guys ran into with 52 card pinup. With you got your cards in, and it was like subpar printing. You had stretched cards. I looked at pictures. I mean, the printing was horrible. They reformatted the images, and it's like, what the hell did you guys do?
I was like, these seem small for a deck of cards. And then we like
not even poker size.
Right? I'm like, this crap. And then they're arguing with us, and they're like, we'll get back to you within 24 hours. I'm like, hey, nothing. Oh, well, the manufacturer's on vacation. You, with factories in China, they have very holiday schedules.
They do.
You know when they are on vacation. Do not tell me 24 hours if you know damn well they're on vacation. Like, it's just been terrible. And anyone that wants to ask me who this company was afterwards, I will make sure I tell you and tell you never to use them. So I just could not, in good conscience, send out those cards. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And it's great of you guys to be upfront with it. Well, I mean, it's great of you guys to be upfront with it. I respect that. When I got the update on the Kickstarter, and it was like, look at these cards. That's what we want to see. As backers, and I'm sure Smithers and everyone else in here that's backed the project. There's nothing worse than backing a project and there's like no update for months. Or they beat around the bush about it. You guys did the right thing You said, hey, you know, we bought the cards. This is what we were supposed to get. This is what we got. And we can, in good conscience, send these out. And I respect that, you know, and that's all we ask is people to be upfront and say, hey, we had issues. People understand that. It's just the, you know, the silence issue. But you know, Tiffany, even, you know, you've ran into several manufacturer issues. So Tiffany makes customized T-shirts. So who would have thought there would be a clothing shortage? But like, for the love of God, people like, I want a blue shirt with this on it and an extra large. So you go to like 18 manufacturers and everybody has every color under the sun except for blue and an extra large. And you're like, what the hell? You know, there's no blue shirts. And now it's as far as we were able to get 17 colors in shirts for doing these personalized shirts. We can get 4 colors. They've cut every other color. So we're discontinuing these. We can hardly get colors in this. So even the clothing market is taking a hit now. And it's like, what the hell is going on? We're living in a different age. We got a customer that wanted a dark gray shirt, and we could not find dark gray. Like, we're sorry, all we can find is like gray. And they're like, oh, cool, you know, it's where we live in now. Yay, you know? So it's nuts. I don't know what's going on. And then you got Smithers. You know, Smithers, the internet is, you know, subpar now. He gets last claim in on everything. So we got internet issues, cardboard, paper shortages. You know, luckily I have a shirt on tonight. By the way, everyone, here's a Rodney Feig t-shirt that I got right there. I wore to the market. Thank you very much, Rodney Feig, for donating your art.
You're welcome.
And if anybody that was watching right now would like to get one of these t-shirts, they are available at ZenoNNATitan.com. All proceeds go towards the kids. And this is Pitter Patter. This is Buddy and Dude from Pitter Patter. Read a story to a kid in a hospital bed. Pitter Patter 2 just funded on Kickstarter a few months ago. It will be available soon at Hasm.com.
Just got the books in the mail 2 days ago.
Yes, and so I'm so excited to read those. And you guys are getting ready to launch at the end of the month. You're doing Roadkill Rampage 2, October 20th?
Yes.
Super excited for that.
Let me see. Hang on a second.
Oh, he's getting out the notes. Uh-oh. Oh, there you go.
Issue 1, issue 2.
So have you talked to producer B about us exposing secrets about you, Dude, or should we just let everybody wonder?
That one particular secret that we told you about. No, we're gonna keep it under wraps for a while.
Nope, I got you. Hey, you know what? We're just gonna let everybody's ears burn for a little while. Be like, "Ooh, what's a secret?"
What could 2 cats possibly do that's gonna raise amok?
I've got some ideas.
I can come up with a few.
Oh, listen to that evil laugh on freaking April over there. Jeez, what are you doing over there, April? Hold on, we gotta go in and see what's going on over here.
Oh, it's the Green Fairy.
The Green Fairy. I'm not talking about the Green Fairy. I'm like that evil giggle laugh that's going on over there. Like, what did 2 cats do? I mean, you brewing up something for Kinktober with some kitty cats over there?
Maybe later in the month.
I'm loving her.
He's hanging out with the
Heather
giggle.
has all of the behind the scenes uncensored stuff to filter through, so she's so extra. I love her.
I need to get a couple of comments here.
And
It's the green skin thing. Is that what's happening? Because you just did the Witch of the West on our Sunday sketching show, and you sold your Witch of the West sketch cover like instantly.
Oh my gosh! You know what? Even while I was creating the Witch of the West piece, I was like in love with it. I mean, it from the moment that I laid pencil to paper, like everything clicked for that piece. Like I not once was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is live. You know, it just seamlessly oozed onto the paper in a very good way. So thank you so much for like doing that Oz campaign, because you know that was really fun. And I'm glad I actually
I'm so upset, Smithers.
Links.
I forgot to show up the Sunday show and remind April that she was supposed to throw up gang signs on that Sunday campaign drum. Oh my gosh, I would have died. I would have been like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing, sir?
She's just drawing and she's just putting them out there like, yeah.
That's just showing the number 3.
Hands. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Tom, we totally had April convinced on Saturday's show that whatever she drew on Sunday, she was going to have him throwing up the Shocker Gang sign. That's her new Kinktober sign. And when I got on later and I see what she had drawn from the week of last, I was like, oh my God. So I'm so glad I didn't show up and remind her.
Oh man. I'm telling you what, that's going to wind up being a remark special in the campaign goes live. Oh.
What is the YouTube link? Oh, sorry. I'll grab that for you.
No,
I'm being
her
slow
wish
down.
piece on Sunday was amazing.
It was.
I was
really
so mad
fun.
when I saw that it got claimed. I was just like, no.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
where were you, dude?
I was busy. I got busy with something else from work, and when I went back on, it was claimed. I was like, no.
Busy with something else. Oh my God.
That's how I
Can't
missed
even-
out on.
No, what it
some
was
stuff.
is his Michigan internet connection was still dialing up, you know.
It's Wisconsin. It's only Michigan when I'm outside Tom's house.
I was gonna say, there's
There you
nothing
go,
wrong with
Kara. I
Michigan
threw that in
internet.
there. Sorry, I
My
missed your
Michigan
message.
internet's fine.
You got those toys there boosting the signal. You got the cats, you know, they're up on the roof
true.
holding up the aluminum foil for you.
So we'll be back on
Turning
that
the
show
antenna.
on the 17th, and we're going to have, at least as far as we know, Vince Hernandez is going to be on the show. We're going to be doing his Syria Underworld Pimp Hustler. So April will be back doing some drawing with DeBalfo and Marissa Pope and Ryan Kincaid on the 17th. So make your plans, Mr. Smithers.
It's already done.
I am so excited. The last time that I spoke with Vince, he was doing a portfolio review for me. So this is going to be kind of like a level up game kind of moment. I'm going to be like so nervous. I have sweaty palms. I'm just going to try not to ooze onto my paper. Awful. Whatever. You know, there's a sense of like pride in wanting to do like not only just an A game, but A++ game. And so when you know somebody who can like pick you out of a crowd and goes, yeah, I remember the shit that you showed me. Like you really want to do a good job. So yeah, throwing that out into the universe. No, I'm very
Heather, how's
blessed.
business?
Yeah.
How's business with you,
Business has
Heather?
been-
You're making those pins and stuff for the Comics and More Chaos?
I don't have enough hours in the time. I have over 400 dog tags and pins and keychains and stuff already done, and I'm working on doing a project for April, so she'll have them when I go walk Baltimore. So I'm going there on that Saturday, so I get to meet everybody, and I'll bring her dog tags and.
They're not dog tags,
and then I have
they're gang sign necklaces. I mean,
you know what? She might end up with one of those too.
You know
I just
what?
might have to find one.
Once you're in the family, you're in the family.
Exactly.
Once you're in the family.
No? Okay.
I've been having a lot of fun with April's Kinktober campaign and working on that. It's been so much fun. Well, it'll definitely be it's gorgeous. The sneak peeks that I've gotten absolutely stunning. So I'm really
Speaking of
excited
sneak
about that.
peeks, who wants to see a sneak peek of Kinktober? It's some AZ Power
Absolutely.
Girl, Kara Nicole. So we're gonna debut this April. You ready for this?
I'm
We're gonna
totally
debut.
ready.
We're gonna debut this lovely AZ Power Girl Kara Nicole cosplay cover for Kinktober. Right there, you see it first here. Look at that beauty.
Mhm. Stunning.
Isn't it stunning? Oh my gosh. I took her beautiful photo and did some well, obviously added like the horn, the tail, the hooves for feet kind of thing. And I don't know. It was so wonderful. It was so fun to do.
Well, it was special too. April and I go back over 10 years when we were both just doing, whatever we could get into with, store events. And there was like a small group of us, me and Alfred, and, Tom was in and out when he was, in town, and, Rob Hicks, and, Katrina was around then too. And, we all go back to those days. So when April asked me, I was thrilled because I was already setting up a bondage photo shoot with a photographer that we all know, Eric Fialos, the Bald Pirate. And we hadn't shot together in quite a while. He's one of my absolute favorite people. And so it just gave us an opportunity to kind of bring together everything that we've all learned from these years growing and doing our own thing. And, we got to come back together. April and I did a project back then. It was a women in comics thing. And I did the writing in the book, and April had a piece in it. And Bianca Thompson had a cover as well. And I had a cover, and it was all women putting together this book. So it was just really cool to be able to, work with some of the people that, I worked with when I got started.
So guys, you guys seen the cover reveal here, and you guys are going to get the link right now to the Kinktober Project #2. I'm going to pop it in the comments right now. April just dropped it tonight, and I was like, hell yeah, we're fucking doing it tonight. We're dropping the link. Everybody go click get notified right here. And you guys can get signed up for this, because this project's going to be awesome. April's going to be making these all week long. She's been posting them up for sale. Single characters, I believe, are $45 to claim the original art, and for each additional character, it's an extra $5, right, April?
Yep. And then for Kara's cover, we actually will have that both in a virgin style as well as with the title. And there'll also be a holofoil option too. So we're really hoping to maximize the sparkle that is our lovely Kara. So.
And we can talk later, April, but if there's, if you wanted to do, like, those would come signed, I can arrange that for you as well.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
If you guys missed out on the first one, it will be available on the campaign. No, there's no nudity on here, so no need to cover your eyes. No. But anyway, so here is the first issue.
We'll have tiers where we'll have the first volume as well as the second volume. We also will have a kinky version of Rising Tides. Rising Tides itself is very PG-13. Like there's nothing that you have to censor for that one. But I did do, a kinkier version for the Indiegogo campaign, and unfortunately, that one was running in tandem to Kickstarter, and it didn't fund because everybody went to the Kickstarter to support it. So I had already printed them, and I thought, what a wonderful opportunity to be able to offer a bundle package. So if this is your first time coming to Kickstarter and you're nervous, please know that in the last year that I've done, this will be my third campaign for Kickstarter. I have 100% fulfillment for both of my previous campaigns, and I'm not looking to break that trend. I aim to please. So if you wind up getting damaged books or a postal service person that literally sets it on fire and shits on it and then walks away, know that I will replace your book.
That was oddly specific.
I'm just saying that, like, if you and your postal person have a beef, I got your back.
But I love it in the sweet voice that she delivered that in.
Well, like I said,
if they shit on it, set it on fire, I will replace it. What's going on here?
God, if it's got to go out in a blaze of glory, it might as well be something inventive, not just, it got folded. Like, that's a basic answer. Which
I know that's why I got hired to the post office.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Smithers, were you the one that got one of my boxes and it looked like they had just thrown it in a pool and then delivered it, and then but it was fine on the inside?
Yeah, there was like 3 boxes, and the first layer was like so wet and just like torn apart, like a dog just ripped it apart. And,
fantastic.
But I was so scared because it was the last penny for his soul Kickstarter mixed with Oz, and I was like, oh no! But then it was all perfect, so I wasn't worried.
Wonderful.
Like most of Tom's packages come box within box within boxes. It's just like, where's the comics, Tom? Then they're finally in the last box. It's finally
like
happening.
the Russian nesting doll thing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show this off real quick. So we were talking about a rising tides and the Kinktober Project. April also did a beautiful piece for the comic books for kids. For the T-shirts, this is also available at zonetitan.com. You have this wonderful piece of art of a little girl who is getting cancer treatment. She's reading a book, and on the back of the book that's laying on the bed next to her, it says compliments of cv4k.org. April was kind enough when I pledged to the Rising Tides. She mailed me the original art for this. She put it on the auction, and a lady purchased it. I reached out to April and said, April, lady wants to know how much it would be to color it. And she said, tell them if they add $20 and send it to CB4K, I'll color it for them. So, April, thank you so much. I just wanted to call out you and let everyone know that, April's a great person. She donated this art for the T-shirts, and she went above and beyond. She gave me the original art and coloring it, all benefiting CB4K. So thank you for being so awesome, April.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome, and I look forward to getting that colored. I just got to get caught up with the Kinktober thing first, and then I can sneak that in. So just know that I have not forgotten. I promise to.
I know you haven't.
I promise to be a good girl.
There's no fun in that.
No. I'm plenty of fun. I am plenty of fun. I gotta make good with all of the niceties so I can be forgiven when I am super naughty.
Okay.
So Tom, I'm going to come back to you and talk about, I know you only have an hour before your next show. You're going to be going live in like 27. So I wanted to kind of chat with you about, you said that this is the third final book in this series. So what do you have planned to go to next after this?
Well, next year, basically what we've been doing is the last couple of years, we've had a lot of big anniversaries. So we had 10-year anniversary for Penny Fear, Soul and Critter last year, 10 years for Oz this year, 10 years for Ursa Minor next year. So we're already building the campaigns for Ursa Minor. But if all the dominoes fall properly, January, which is where we would normally do our next Ursa Minor Kickstarter, January is probably a 75% chance right now that we'll actually be doing our first ever action figure. We're going to be doing an action figure for Critter in January. So I'm kind of freaking out about that because I've seen the molds, or not the molds, but like the 3D. They do everything in 3D, right? So you can kind of check it out and see how it looks. And then they'll do like an actual 3D print of it, make sure all the joints are working and everything's fine, and then move on to the next stage. So I've seen all the 3D molds, and they look fantastic. So couple of little tweaks, and then they'll actually do an actual physical mold of it, and then we're kind of off to the races. So January will be toys, hopefully, and then as we get into like March, we'll get back to comics and celebrate Ursa Minor. We're already actually doing stuff on Patreon for that, showing off some of the things that we're going to be doing for Ursa Minor, and that's not for like another, almost 6 months. So if you guys are into the Patreon thing, we do have a Patreon for Bigdawg Inc., where you get all the backstage access of everything that we do, from logos to character designs to seeing covers early, all kinds of stuff. So, hit up the Patreon, and we've got 36 people already hooked up to that. So there's a lot of cool bonus extras. If you're there for 6 months, we give you a free variant cover, all kinds of bonus goodies as well. So if you like doing all the Patreon, we've got a Patreon as well. But yeah, Ursa Minor is next year, 10 years of the book, which is pretty cool. So we've got a lot already planned for it. A lot of artists have already signed up for it, which is awesome. And yeah, you can see Mr. Smithers like, what is gonna be there? What's gonna happen?
No, you lost me at action figure, so I'm just like, okay, let's get this done.
I understand the action figure is far more important. It's far more important. I completely agree. Because once we get that done, if we can pull this off and we do it right, the gates just open up. And as soon as you do one, then it's like, and actually, what's funny is they actually came to me. They were like, "Hey, you want to do figures for your stuff?" And I was like, "Yo, yeah, let's do this." And then as they started to mold the Critter figure, they came back to me again, and they were like, "Dude, we're looking at like all of your stuff, and all of this stuff, it would be crazy as figures." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, right? This is what I've been telling people for a decade." But here we are. And so if we can get this first one done and pull this off, then then the floodgates just open and we can do anything. And that's a really exciting prospect.
And then Kara and Alfred can do a Fire Bitch figure that you're following. So,
Oh,
She's on the agenda.
So what are those? I seen you posting from I guess New York Comic Con a couple of days ago. You have those tabletop standees that are coming.
Yeah, that was something else that we tried. This was the first time that we did it for the camp crossover I did with Jim Noble and Totally Rad Comics. Basically, they're like 5-inch. They're called acrylic standees. So it's about a 5-inch figure art, on the front. It's sort of a pseudo figure, because it doesn't have any articulation or anything, of course. But it was something that a lot of people had been doing. Dan Mendoza had been doing it, and I had seen him a while ago, and I had been thinking about, okay, how do I do this? And then all of a sudden, everybody started doing it. I was like, well, okay, crap, we're just going to dive into this. So we got the samples from the company. They ship to us next week. So hopefully we'll have them in a couple weeks and be able to start shipping those camp books out towards middle of November. So always something going on. Always something going on. But it was just sort of a shot in the dark, because I hadn't done them before. People hadn't even really asked for them, but I had seen them on other campaigns, and that's where I was like, okay, we gotta do this because they look like too much fun. So we posted the pic, and everybody was like, dude, these are cool. In fact, what was funny is I did an update on the campaign. Like, here's the pictures. Here's what these things are actually going to look like, because we only had the art on the campaign. And I started getting messages from people like, oh, can you send me my link again? I want to add those to my campaigns. I'm like, yeah, I know. I get it. People didn't know what the hell these things were. And then once they saw them, they were like, oh shit, I got to have it. So yeah, it was cool. It's fun. And I think when we finally get them, it'll open the doors to having these kind of, cool little pieces of merch that aren't going to break the bank like, action figures can be. And we're trying to make enough of these figures so that we're not going to break the bank with that as well. But these little guys are fun little stopgaps until we can actually get a full on, articulated figure. We're actually in the process of getting a statue done for Critter. But when the action figure guys came around, I was like, yeah, that's where we're going to go first.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. Whenever I reached out, I had a Mark Tant from 3D. Oh, where the heck did the card go? It's Mark Tant's 3D prints. And I was like, hey, you can print this out. So he actually, I sent him the file that Wendy had. She turned it into an SD file and sent it to him. And he's like, all right, I'll try to print this. And when I got this, I'm like, this is so awesome. Like, it's really cool. It's one thing to see somebody put your character in different perspectives and everything, but it's another thing to see it in an actual figure and how badass it looks. It's so awesome. So hopefully I can get to it at some point. It's ridiculous. So I don't know if anybody else has ever reached out. I've looked at like 5 different companies, and I was like, oh, this is cool. They'll figure out articulation, and then you go through their page, you get down to the bottom. It's like minimum order quantity, 50,000 units. And you're like, holy shit, it's like $500,000 just to print one figurine. I was like, nope, I'm good. So it's insane. So the retailers, even with the Full Circle Instruction, I've been working on this card game, so I can try to, kickstart that. It's a fun game, and then people are going to enjoy it. It's going to have fun characters from, like Luis Torres, which is in here now. What's going on, Luis? No, CB isn't here. And have a good one, Joe. So I'm looking into these retailers, and I want to keep it here in the U.S. I don't want it to go to China. I mean, look at the exact reason with Sarah and Alfred's 52 card pinup. You never know what kind of quality you're going to get, or you get these people that get these packages from White Widow or whatever, and they smell like gasoline.
I ordered from an American company.
Yeah, this was a big company that
out
messed
of
up playing cards.
Yeah, how are you a company in Vegas and you screw up playing cards? Our cards have no backs.
Yeah, they screwed it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of the issue
it
that I
doesn't
ran
matter
into.
where you order from. Anywhere on the planet you order something, they can screw it up. It doesn't make any
This
difference.
is true.
it's still a production company. They still
People are
have
talented everywhere.
people doing things, and people will muck it up. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, my thing was I wanted to keep the money. Everybody's struggling to find jobs. Job market's still kind of fizzling out. So I was looking at these companies. It's like, oh, you can get this card, we make it in America. You can get this card, we make it in America. But if you want coded cards that are going to last, plastic cards, we outsource that to China. And it's like, I don't really want to do that. So I found 3 companies. They all make it here in the U.S., which I get they can still screw it up. I'm not so much worried about it. I just want to keep the money here, promote, American jobs. People get stuff that doesn't smell like gasoline or look like shit, or, they're missing cards out of every other pack. So I reached out to them like, oh, the minimum order quantity is 10,000 units. I'm like, what? I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to have to raise like $25,000 on Kickstarter just to get this. I'm going to have like 27 backers. I'm going to own 10,000 copies of the game. That's not happening. I can't even fund the art for my second book right now. I can't afford to buy that many games. So it's like you're almost forced to outsource because nobody here wants to do anything unless it's, big money projects, which is ridiculous because all you're literally doing is cutting cards that are exactly the same size as the other cards you're making, and you're just printing.
Well, the thing though is, and this is one of the how it's described, like in the comic printing market, and this is why there's disparities between offset printing and digital printing. Digital printing, you can walk into an office and be like, I need 10 copies. Okay, here's 10 copies. You're done. You're out the door. You're paying whatever you're paying, $5 a book, whatever it is. When you're talking about offset printing, you're talking about firing up machines that are designed to run off millions of copies of People magazine and newspapers and whatever. And it takes a gigantic crew to run those things. And that's why they require more print run, because otherwise they're not set up to fire these things up to print 10 copies. Whereas the digital copies, they can do that. But the difference between digital copies and offset is very obvious when you compare the two books. Not necessarily like in the print quality, like the colors and stuff, but like in the paper, like you'll see a lot of digital copies will be like staticky. And that's just because of the way that they're printed. Whereas offset, you're not going to have that static between the papers. So that's the same thing as anybody who's going to be doing playing cards or any of that kind of stuff. They have giant machines that they have to fire up. And that requires a crew, and that requires a certain amount of money just to do basic. This is what we're doing today, guys. And that's why you've got to make 1,000 units of, whatever it happens to be. And sometimes you can work together. Like, for example, if you had something you wanted to do and I had it, like you had a card game and I had a card game, sometimes companies will let people run things together because the machine's already running. So it doesn't matter if, we print off all the Russells and then we slide Tom's cards in at the back end, and the machine's running regardless. So sometimes that is a thing that people can do to kind of work around those limitations as far as quantity goes. So, you might want to look at something like that. See if anybody else is interested in doing something of their own, and then talk to the printers about, look, I've got 3 dudes and we all want to make 500 units. And like, can we do that? And they'll be like, okay, yes, this makes sense. So there's ways to work around it. But again, the printer has to be, willing to do that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. So Sam Sawyer and I, along with Krista Crawford, we combined our pin order because Krista didn't need that many, and I needed a whole lot, and Sam needed a whole lot. So we just combined it all one order, and you can get a better deal like that. Yep. So, but when you are, it is hard. Russell, you make a very good point. When you're only fulfilling 50 to 100 backers, it costs you more per unit than if you had 1,000 backers. So that's where they really get you. And the thing is, even now, if you ask, where's your price break? That's a big question. Where is your price break? If I buy 100, it's going to cost me this much per unit. If I buy 500, it's this much. Where's the next price break? Is it 800? Is it 1,000? Is it 2,000? And they'll always ask you how many you need. No. Where's your price break? Yeah. Because a lot of times you're going to spend the same amount for 500 versus 1,000. It's like $20 more or something ridiculous. And even if you get a good price overseas, you want to make sure you say, how much is shipping? And then what I do, I combine the shipping price with the unit taxes. I put everything together and I divide it per unit. Because if I can go down the street to my printer and get the same thing with no shipping, even if I'm paying a little bit more per unit, I'm still saving on the shipping. So those are taken into consideration.
Yeah, and this is the forethought, especially for Kickstarter. This is the forethought that a lot of people just simply don't have. And so if you're printing issue 1 and you get 100 backers, you're not making 100 books. Dear God, help me. Tell me you're not making 100 books. Tell me you're making 500 books, because that way when you do issue 2, you can sell issue 1 and you've already got them made. They're right there ready to go. You don't have to print them again. So that's part of the forethought of this whole comic book game, particularly when you're talking about crowdfunding, is you always want to be able to have issue 1, issue 2, issue 3 by the time you're on issue 5 or issue 6. Otherwise, people are like, well, how do I start? I can't get the first couple of issues. So always try and play the long game. And like Cara was saying, your unit cost will come way, way, way down. Now, you might have to sit on 1,000 units for however long it takes for you to move them, through your campaigns or at Comic Cons or whatever. But you won't have to ever print those things again, basically. So play the long game. Play the long game.
Oh my gosh, I have to laugh for a second. I almost really fucked up big time. So autocorrect tried to change JW to Jew, and it almost said hi Jew. And it would have been so terrible. Oh my god. Thank God I looked before I hit send, because autocorrect's like JW's not a word. You must have meant Jew. And you'd have been like, what did I do? So I apologize. Thank God it came out right. But yeah, so no, totally what Tom's saying. So when I printed Xeno Nanite Titan, for me to print 50 books, the price to print 150 books was like $100 more. And then the price to print 250 books was, it changed the cost per book by $3 a book. So yeah. I definitely wanted extra copies because, what's the point of running a Kickstarter a book and then you've only got 10 or 15 books to sell? The point is you got people that are getting the book to get the word out, see how much it's enjoyed, give reviews on it, and try to sell the rest of them off, and still have some book too, so I can say, hey, if you missed out, I have X amount of copies. Which, with mine, of course, it says at the beginning, this is first printing July of 21 June 21 on it. So the next book when I print it will be a second printing. But when I looked into these card companies, like the one that I reached out to, which this one I'm totally not going with because Jack knows exactly what I'm talking about in here. I sent him the message that they emailed me. I was like, hi, I'm looking to do quality cards. I want them printed in the U.S. I want standard size cards, blah, blah, blah. What are your prices? And they were like, oh, we do 100, 250, 500. Here's the pricing. So I'm like, oh, I would do, 250 at the minimum because it's not much more than 100. And it almost cuts the cost per unit. So I charge less for it. And I get this reply back. Something about, we can't do UV. We can do it in other sizes. What do you want to do? What fucking sizes can you do UV printing? What kind of question is that? What do I want to do? We don't do UV coding in that size. Give me some options. How am I supposed to answer this email? So I responded back. And the second response was even worse. I sent it to him. He's like, these people are morons. I was like, they're totally not getting my this.
I think
canceled myself.
Yeah, I think Trish has a good question for somebody like Tom, or Karen Alfred would know as well. I think.
Yeah, I saw that the 1,000. The number really, it depends on a lot of things. Like when we do trade paperbacks, we always print at least 1,000 copies of trade paperbacks because they're crazy expensive to print otherwise. But when we do our single issues, you'll see on our campaigns, our single issues, our basic number 1 or just whatever the basic cover is, we generally do about 800. And that covers enough for the campaign and gives us enough left over for future campaigns or taking them to cons or, selling them on the website or whatever. So it's kind of a variable number. There's not really a right answer. But with Russell, with his book's much bigger, hardcover, all that kind of stuff. So you kind of want to be printing a bunch of those because you don't want to print them again anytime soon. Unless that means you sold out of 1,000 units, then all hail Russell for selling 1,000 units, in a couple of months. That's fantastic. But yeah, it's kind of a variable thing. You kind of have to, because you don't want to overprint to a point where you're literally sitting on these things for the rest of your life. But if you feel like, okay, we're doing issue 1, we're doing issue 2, in 6 months, we need to have another 200 or 300, and then we're doing issue 3 in 6 months, we need 200 or 300 for that. Just kind of try and gauge what you might need off of your first one, because if you sell X amount in your first campaign, you should be able to sell that many at least in your next one, and so on and so on and so on. So it's kind of a on the fly kind of feel, but you don't want to have just thousands upon thousands of books just sitting in your house either. So got to be careful with that a little bit.
You definitely want to do research. So this is why before you run a Kickstarter on a card game, you message a bunch of companies to figure out your costs and all that fun stuff first, because this is the email you don't want to get after you've already set up your campaign price and what they're selling it to you for, and then you get this, our minimum order quantity is for 1,000 units, because you're like, holy shit, because it was $27.49 a unit for the card game for 131 cards. I'm printing it out as, and I get that, and I'm like, that's $27,000. I was thinking 100 units for like 2,700. That's a little doable. But yeah, I was almost gonna shit my pants when I seen it, because I was reading through. I was like,
honestly, you really should do a Cards Against indie artists or indie campaign creators, and I'm pretty sure you could probably sell 1,000 units of that. Just combined
Easily.
With Ryan Kincaid's con artists and go that route.
so you're saying I'm going to do a Cards Against Humanity, only it's going to be Cards Against Indie Creators.
Yes.
All right, we're going to have to collaborate.
Just make it simple. Just Cards Against Comics and go.
So guys, I got to show this off. This is the email I get back from this company. So it says, "Hi Russell, I hope all is well. Our minimum single-sided page count for perfect bound booklets is 20. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. I don't care about the instruction manual. I can put that myself and stick it in there. We also offer folded instruction sheets up to 5-sided, double-sided panels. Additionally, we do not offer plastic cards or UV gloss on both cards. Let me know how you'd like to proceed, and I will get you an updated quote." How am I going to proceed on what? I don't even know what the fuck you have for options. This should have been followed up with like a PDF of this is what we have. So anybody out there, if you're a manufacturer, somebody message you asking you how much the shit is, what you offer, and you don't offer that stuff, send out a list of what you do offer so I can respond with an email that says, this is what I'd like a quote. Because now I have no freaking clue what I'm even going to ask, because you offer what I want and what I asked, and I don't know what you offer that in. So that was what blew me away. That was literally, this is the entire email I got from this company. Like, how unprofessional is that?
Well,
You got to tell them that you need to be upsold. So what else you got?
But that is normal these days. I was looking up some different printing companies I'm trying to diversify in order to help try to get stuff in better and faster. And I call up this one company. I'm like, okay, I need a quote for 11 by 17 glossy stock 80 to 100 pound prints. And she's like,
Yeah.
So what are you going to use these for? Like, none of your friggin' business. What the fuck do you think I'm going to use them for? So are they going to be like placemats or something? Or are they going to be like placemats or something?
Or something.
Well,
So do any of you use your art prints as placemats? Is that a thing? Am I missing this?
Cara, I think she literally just created a product.
Yeah.
I mean,
or something.
Or
That's what I use my
on the
old
next
prints for.
campaign.
maybe
Firebase
that's what it's
placement.
going to be. They're called placemats or something. I'm just
Right.
like, and I hate that. And let me tell you, a lot of companies will ask you, what are you using it for? Because if they find out that you're reselling it, they jack up the price. Always tell them it's a freebie. It's promotional. It's a gift.
Good point.
Well,
But
when you're
So I
talking
can
about
just-
Whenever I talk to anybody prior to Anthony putting together Ready Comics, all those people ever did was promotional stuff for magazines and major companies, flyers, leaflets, mailers. And so the indie creators going to these major companies, like, we don't know what to ask, and they don't know that we don't know to ask. So, I mean, it's really bridging that opportunity. So, I mean, once Ready Comics got rolling, then all of a sudden there's a lot of competitive indie creation people out there that know what we're actually looking for specs and paper and specialty papers and how to upsell us from there. So thank goodness for hero and villain designs. Thank goodness for Artist Express. Thank goodness for all of these wonderful people that we can go to in order to get the products that we need, because most of us, I know I am, pretty, not tech savvy. So I definitely need to be handheld during this
expedition
creation. Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, April's right. And so if you do talk to printers and say you want to do holofoil and you just assume it's a normal thing because we use it, guess what? Most printers do not know what it is and cannot do it. And do not offer to bring some paper in for them to try it out, because they will say that that metal, the metallic paper actually has metal in it. It could destroy their machine.
That's bad.
Oh, shit.
And that's bad.
Yeah, all those crazy fancy papers, that requires specific machinery to do.
Yeah.
So,
the first time Anthony fired up UV coating, it set the machine on fire. I am a noticeable client.
I think they
I apologize. I gotta bounce, but I'll be back in about an hour. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, just set the machine on fire.
And on that note, she has to go.
She's going on Depop's show. Depop
They
Customs.
don't know these things. It's like they don't know. Do you know how many people don't know how to send in a file?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to set up a file. They don't know how to send in a file. Even when you're working with artists, you hire a new artist that maybe's never worked on comic books before. They don't know your dimensions. They don't know that they need to have room for a title. So you need to relay all of this into, I need CMYK. I need it in this format. 300 DPI. A lot of people.
Uh-oh.
We lost her.
Yeah, we lost her. Yeah, when I started, I had no clue what formatting a page was. I had no clue. None of it. I just assumed one of two things. I assumed, one, that my letterer took care of it and it's just ready to go because he lettered it and he sent me the files back. I'm like, okay, must be done. Or two, I sent it to the printer, right? And they didn't say it's wrong. So I assumed, again, either it's right and ready to go, or two, they're just fixing it and making it what it is supposed to be. And in both of those cases, I was completely wrong. So if you guys look, and here's how this is one of the funniest things you'll ever see. If you go and you collect, Mr. Smithers, you can get out your collection and verify this. If you go and collect Penny for Your Soul, the original miniseries 1 through 7, okay, that was all done from our very first original printer. Every one of those books got just a little bit bigger every single time, all the way through issue 7, to the point where issue 7 was almost like borderline a Silver Age size book. And we're only talking like 1/16 of an inch, but if you put them all together, 1 to 7, they're all just a little bit bigger. And that's because we were just sending the files in as my letterer gave them to me, and the printer was just like, well, I guess this is what they want. And so and they didn't trim it, they did nothing. So it took us a while to figure out, like, oh, this is supposed to be sent to them how we want it. Like, there is no normal comic book size, or at least they had no clue what they were doing. So, so once we got to Critter and some of the other books, we got it figured out. But it was a wild west of a time for Bigdawg Inc. In the early days of, like, file format. What? Sizing? I don't understand what you mean. So
I got worried there for a minute. I thought Smithers went to go get his collection. Went black.
He's got his ruler out right now. Like, holy shit, these are all too big.
I have my new stuff that came in today. The
new stuff, yeah. The new stuff's all good. Everything now is like so perfectly tight. It's like you can line these things up and and use them to like build a house. They're so exact now. It's
No,
perfect.
you can tell like because you follow Anthony Delaney, Antonio D on Facebook. Like
Mhm.
he gets like those days he's like pure frustration. He just like unleashes like creators. What the f are you fucking doing? Like
Yeah.
He's like, nobody responds to your messages. I'm not going to make your shit perfect for you. Then he's like, you're welcome. I did it for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I had an entire book. I had an entire book colored also. I didn't understand DPI, like had no concept of DPI. So I didn't even download these. This is really, really difficult to explain. They were embedded files, not files. I didn't download them. I copied them, pasted, whatever. It was a disaster. Dude colored the whole book. And then we realized that he colored everything at like 72 DPI. And I was like, God, fuck me. So there's another, early screw up in the days of old.
Well, and it's hard.
So listen,
for me
we
too.
all go through it, guys. Don't be like, oh my God, I screwed. Like, listen, I'm doing this for 11 years now. I fucked it up completely at the beginning too, and no one told me any of this. Not even my printers were telling me anything. So I had to figure out everything kind of along the way, and we finally got it, squared away.
What happened with me? So here's CB's piece in the book. So they sent it. They emailed me and they said the DPI for this picture. Well, I accidentally put the wrong picture in when I formatted the digital file to send to them. I pulled the file out of the wrong folder. No big deal. They said send me the file and we'll fix it. So I sent it to them, and they're like, "Oh, what's this? This is 11 by 17. You can't put that in there." I'm like, "The fuck you can't." I opened up my book. I put it in there, set it to the page, saved it, and sent it to them. Like, here, I did it for you because you need to resize this in 6:9. I'm not gonna have to resize shit. Like, how do you not know how to do this? I'm like, I realize the DPI tool, but how do you not know how to make 11 by 17 fit in a 6:9? I was just like so confused because all the other ones that were in there were 11 by 17, and they didn't say shit about it. And then they're like, "Oh, we can't put that in there." I'm like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it for you." And then they fucked it up and they put the pictures in the middle of the chapter. Like, I get the first book, and I was like, "Yes, everybody, I got the print copy," and I'm showing everybody. And it's like, "Where the fuck's the art for chapter 5? It's gone." And then I'm like, the art for chapter 5 is gone. Oh wait, here's a page. There it is. Just randomly throw it wherever. So it was a disaster from the get-go, and I'm like, guys, the art's in the wrong place. So then the worst thing is they checked the first one, every stack of the hardcovers, because they did 25 hardcovers and 225 softcover. They checked the first book in every stack, and they're fine. So like 3 weeks later, I'm in fulfillment. I'm packing everybody's boxes. I already did like 4 of the hardcover packages, and all the artists got a hardcover. So they did 25. All the artists got a hardcover, and then the 5 people that pledged got a hardcover. That's for my kid. But I opened one up randomly just for some reason. CB Zane's art is not even in the right fucking place. Like, I go to the back, and it's like the second to last page. You read it, and then it's CB Zane's art, and it's the last page of the book. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I had to go through and open every package that I knew that had a hardcover in it, open the bubble wrap envelopes, and I had to pull the books out and check them. Thank God they were all right. So, whatever. So I had to email him, I guess, like 8 of my hardcover books. The art is in the wrong place. He's like, where? I'm like, well, the last page. Well, can you send pictures? I'm like, well, yeah. Like, they're fucking wrong, man. Like I'm going to lie about these being wrong. So I send them pictures. Oh, well, I don't know how they got there. Our copies are right. I'm like, send your fucking pictures. Obviously, they're not right. Just some goddamn books, and I'll mail them back to you. So then Tiffany and the kids got hit head on by the drunk driver amidst all of this bullshit. And so he had sent me a label, and I hadn't sent the books back. They had far other high priority. And he's like messaging me like every other day. Hi, Russell, we noticed that your package hasn't went out with your ruined books. I'm like, don't worry, I'm not keeping them. So finally I messaged back. I'm like, look, dude, my kids and my wife are involved in an accident. You're going to get your fucking books. Just where the hell are my replacement books? This is the second time you fucked these up. And then I'm just like, you guys, you make books. That's all you do. It's a pizza place. You go and you order a pepperoni pizza and you get fucking cheese pizza. You had one job. I'm sorry, I don't want to get mad.
Yeah, but they burn pizza too, man.
Come
Burn
on.
pizza too. This is...
I walked into Pizza Hut and told me they were out of pizza. So I mean, come on.
Listen, McDonald's hasn't had an ice cream machine work in 20 years. So yeah.
A couple weeks ago, we walked into a Subway and they had no bread. You know,
would you like a wrap or a salad?
Exactly.
Some tacos. I'll do a taco.
They were out of wings.
Yeah, Subway. Here's a weird thing for Subway. All right, you guys tell me. I don't know if you've been to Subway lately. When I go driving around, I go to Subway all the time because it's really easy to get in, get a sandwich, and get out. They haven't had roast beef for over almost 2 years, and they've literally told me there is no more roast beef. It doesn't happen anymore. And I'm like, well, let me go to Jimmy John's. Roast beef, slap it on. Let's go. So, you know, companies will just completely BS you at any point. Just or I shouldn't say the company. I should say the people at the place. They'll say anything they need to just save face and get you out of the store and be like, okay, you know, well, we don't have roast beef, or because no one makes it anymore. No one makes roast beef anymore.
It's not a thing.
So
Tom Dean got it for an hour.
My photo.
I'm waiting on Dave. So until he messages me, I'm good to hang.
I said, you know, we all have those growing pains, though. I mean, like for example, like with my last book, Russell did an art piece for me, and my book's all black and white. And I actually had to message an artist friend of mine and go, how do I convert this color image to black and white? Like I'm clueless. I have no idea how to do this. He goes, here's a link to a website. Upload the photo and click black and white. Okay, that was a little easier than I thought.
So, Rodney, you've been quiet over there. We kind of skipped over you. You know, last week you were all like throwing up gang signs and stuff, and you know, having fun. And
yeah.
So
April was busy concentrating on her drawing, so she wasn't seeing them.
she wasn't seeing them. Yeah, she's not here anymore, so we laugh about her and you know make jokes and talk about her. So now you guys are in fulfillment of Pitter Patter 2. You're getting ready to launch Roadkill Rampage 2. For those that missed last week, you want to talk a little bit about what Roadkill Rampage 2 is all about?
Yeah. Let's see. Got my notes here.
Whoa. No. Didn't you write this thing, man?
I did, but you know, you gotta have your pitch
I'm
and
just
all
kidding.
that.
I'm just kidding. Look at this.
If he doesn't have the elevator pitch ready, you gotta work that elevator pitch. It takes a while till you can find those two sentences.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's true. You know, I'm getting ready to do the Roadkill Rampage issue 2 podcast tour, and I don't really have it down yet because I've been writing issue 3 and sending it off to the editor, getting it back, reworking it, and stuff like that. So we're gonna wing it. So issue 2 picks up with our young heroine Tess. She is now all alone in the woods, and she's heading towards home, trying to head towards home, and she encounters a couple of guys that are just up to no good, and she has a little fricassee with them, and she moves on down the road. So there are going to be a couple of occasions where she's going to meet some new people in the forest, and we don't know whether they're friend or foe. And all the while, she becomes aware that she's being trailed by some kind of an evil entity. We don't know what it is yet. She doesn't know what it is yet, and why it keeps bothering her. In the meantime, she stumbles across a dogfighting ring, and she does what she can to try to put an end to that. And then melee ensues. So that is the bare bones knuckle version of what happens in issue 2 of Roadkill Rampage.
Roadkill Rampage. And for all those that missed on Roadkill Rampage issue 1, it's about Hazm.com. That's HAZUM.com. And if you don't want to get one now and check it out before the Kickstarter starts, you can also get issue 1 available on the Kickstarter for issue number 2.
You go to the website.
And it is black and white as well. That's the best part. That's what I love the most about it. It's got black and white art. And you guys got a special cover for this number 2, and it's freaking awesome. I can't say anything because I'm vowed to silence. Mr. B will drive here and throat punch me repeatedly. She will invent warp technology.
Which one are you talking about?
The one he can't talk about. We're talking about the one he can't talk about.
What's up, Ed? Thanks for popping in, buddy. I don't know what
Thank
to
you
talk
so
about.
much for having us. We actually have to get going. We got a thing to catch real quick here. But yeah, we were absolutely very happy to see all your faces today. Katrina, haven't seen you in such a long time.
I know, it's been
Fantastic
forever.
seeing you. World
Yeah,
famous
do you start a
Katrina.
fan club card, Katrina?
Yeah, famous comic book artist Alfred Trujillo fan club president here.
That's right.
Well, thanks for being here, Alfred and Kara. Guys, please stay tuned for Unstable Frequencies. Hopefully we get a solo show set up. You guys, please message me, set up a show. We will come on and we will pimp that shit.
All right, talk to you later.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
All right, that's 2 down. Who's going to be the last one standing? Oh, it's
There we
Russell.
go.
Russell wins.
So
He's the last one.
so there was the art piece. There's the art piece of Katrina's book, April's Army, which is a great book. It's about A Poinsettia, who lives in Florida, and he does a Twitch stream. He goes out and feeds stray cats and finds out where they nest at and where the groups hang out. He goes out and he feeds them, takes care of them. Katrina watches him, and so she decided, it's really cool that, whoever the big donor for the month was that donated to help food, or they would all vote on names and what they named the cats. But she fell in love with some special cats that were on the show, and she wrote stories about them. So that's what April's Army is all about. And we had Rocky, and I'm like, we can't do Rocky without having like a cat with boxing gloves on. I'm sending this to you, and I have to write a fight story. I mean, they do have, they have a dance off.
They have a dance battle. Come on.
They have a dance battle. So I need to do one with some John Travolta stuff, with this
These are kids stories, so they weren't boxing and bloody nosing each other.
So speaking of Katrina, please tell us about your lovely book, Return to the Toy Store.
Yeah, Return to the Toy Store, also commonly known as Back to the Toy Store, depending on which point you joined the fun. It was Back to the Toy Store, and then my cover artist renamed it to Return to the Toy Store, and me having no graphic ability myself, had no idea how long it would take to fix that, so we just went with it. I think we could use Back to the Toy Store for the 3rd book. Or the 4th book, or however.
Well, now you just need to get the thesaurus out and just be like, every time change back to return to it's the same but not.
It's the same but a little different. So it is the 2nd book in the series. Each book is standalone. However, they are both available on the Kickstarter if you want to read the original. And they have characters that cross over from one book to the other. And we have new characters in this book. And they're all try that again. They're all stories about toys who live in a toy store and what they get up to. Made specifically for bedtime reading, for reading to your kids, or elementary age. Wait, somebody didn't have ranch dressing? No.
Yeah, so I was like, Jack's going. He said McDonald's didn't have Big Mac sauce, so he went to Wendy's. They didn't have ranch for the salad. So he said, what the fuck, and went to Carl Jr.'s. And they didn't have ranch dressing either. So he said, what the actual fuck is going on tonight? And then Del Taco finally got some fucking food.
I mean, come on.
And J.W. says he does the stray cat strut.
There you go. That's Rocky. Rocky is probably the most popular character, but Russell and JW are huge fans of him, and I think I need to do 6 Rocky stories, one for every movie, or however many movies there were. I didn't happen to watch that.
Did you guys see the trailer for the reboot of, not the reboot, but the recut of Rocky 4?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the trailer? Holy
awesome.
Crap. It was like I was 10 again. Like, this is like a new movie. I'm freaking out, man. I want this. The only downside is I hear they took the robot out. And I'm like, no, leave the robot in. But there's 40 minutes of extra footage in this thing. It's like a whole new movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's a whole lot of extra. 40 minutes.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Wow. That's a lot.
It's like the 77 King Kong. It was on TV many moons ago. And there was 40 minutes of TV footage that was played on that airing that has never been aired again and has never been on a DVD or a Blu-ray until this year. And they finally put out like a full, complete remastering of the movie, plus the television version that has 40 minutes, including a crap ton of Kong. It's not just a lot of like talking head stuff. It's like there's Kong footage in here that we haven't seen in 40 years.
Wow.
So, you know, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. And this Rocky thing is supposed to be like that. It's like they filmed tons of extra footage that just didn't make it in. And he's recutting this whole thing to be a new, I mean, there's even fight footage, you know, that they never use. So it's supposed to be pretty amazing. So, sorry, segue.
No, that's cool, that's my
Back to Rocky the boxing cat.
So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna hunt both of those down.
And that's the insane, you know, all these movies that are made, and you know, years later, you've seen the original version, or even going to the theater, you go and watch the theatrical version of a movie, and then like a few months later, it comes out on DVD. And I'm trying to think of the movie that it was. I seen a movie in the theater, and 3 or 4 months later, the DVD comes out. I buy it and I watch it, and there's like scenes that were in the theater that are missing out of the movie that I'm watching. I'm like, am I crazy? And I cannot think for the life of me what it was. But I looked it up, and sure as shit, there was footage in the theater that wasn't on DVD. They cut it out when it went to DVD because people didn't like it.
Yeah, that happens. And there's tons of footage in trailers that never makes it into stuff. I remember when I lost my mind way back in the day when the Laserdisc for Empire Strikes Back came out, and it had the old trailers for it in there, and it had scenes from the infamous Wampa stuff that never made it in. But there's actually a scene in there in the trailer where C-3PO is ripping off the sticker off the Wampa door. And when I saw that for the first time in, I don't know, 30 years, I was like, oh my God, it's real. You know, because there was always this rumor that, you know, that it existed for all these years. But it's like, oh my God, it's real. It's right there in the trailer. So yeah, it's fun. That's super fun. Super fun.
Yeah. And I think it's a gimmick. They just like do that. They like, oh, we'll release a little bit more for the 10th anniversary. They'll release a little bit more for the 25th anniversary, and you end up with people like Tom that owns every single
every cop, every
Listen. Whoa. I am feeling attacked and triggered.
Go to your quiet space, Tom. Come on, go to your quiet space.
It's not true at all that I buy anything with Godzilla on it. It's not true at all.
All right, note to self: next book.
So Heather, what else do you have going on?
Just getting ready. My kid turns 14 in a couple weeks, and I don't know how that happened. Yeah, and he's a mini me. I am so screwed. I look at him and I go, "Kid, should I be proud or scared?" He looks at me, goes, "Both." I was like, "Probably right."
That's great.
So no, just working along with Lisa and working on the Etsy store and my other stores and the YouTube channels, and it's been
that naughty channel you're getting set up now.
Well, I have my original naughty one, which was my lingerie channel, and I have 103,000 subscribers at this point. And then I have the Comics and More, which is like 2.5. And then Twisted Angel, I launched Christmas, and I have almost 1.5 thousand and over 35,000 views. And it's just narration. It's just my voice. But I get stuff sent in.
Reading naughty poems also, and you know.
Well, no, it's not all naughty. I have everything from erotic stuff that was sent in. I know all the writers that sent in the stuff, except for I did take some public domain things to read. So I have everything from Beatrix Potter to really dirty stuff and everything in between. So
as far as your Etsy shop goes, though, we didn't kind of touch base on that last week. You were talking about you make, you know, the custom buttons and the medals and the dog tags and stuff like that. So how does one get a hold of you if they want to get some custom merch made up of their IP or anything like that, or you know, some damaged books to send you cut up and put in pendants?
Well, if it's from the artist, you can send it to me. I just don't print anybody else's work without permission. So the stuff that I make for Etsy to sell, I take all the Damaged Comics magazines, everything that I've gotten. I probably am going to have some sports stuff coming into that too, because I have some Damaged Sports Illustrated that came in a box. So I take what I can use out of it
Damaged
and make
swimsuit issues.
I have swimsuit. I don't know if they're damaged or not, though. They sell a lot
because
more
the only
as
thing you
Yeah.
can see is the cover. All the pages are stuck together. These books are damaged. They're unreadable.
But the box that I got, there's the swimsuits from 70s and 80s. I mean, this box had 60s, 70s, and 80s of Sports Illustrated. Some of it is in really good shape, and some of it is complete trash. So it's going through it. A guy on Let It Go.
Okay.
It was a box of comics. It was mixed with comics, and he said it was out in his, and it just went from house to house to house.
Cave.
Yeah, probably at some point. But it's from when he was young, and he's older than me, and he's like, this stuff has been sitting in boxes for years, and it's just moving from house to house to house. At this time, it's got to let it go. So there was some stuff in great condition, and there was some stuff that was awful. So it's just going through it, but it's fun to find the
like
different
it was
images.
chewed up by mice and stuff, or
Missing pages. Looked like it got, like, some of it might have gotten wet or burned. Some both. So, you know.
Well, they
I
had to
don't
put
ask.
the fire out, Heather.
So wait a minute.
At some point, the wife was like, "Okay, just take this match and put it on those magazines."
Probably.
No, what happened was he had the same USPS delivery person that April has. He shit on it and lit it on fire and threw it in the water. He got these Burner books. Did any of them smell like shit? I mean, I gotta ask that right now. Maybe April knows this guy.
If it did, it went to the trash. But it's kind of fun to see what kind of things I can cut out and scenes I can cut out to work. And I have different things coming up I'll be at Super Jersey November 6th. I have a table, and I will have ornaments made out of the Damaged comics and stuff. I will have still the keychains, the dog tags, the pins, and some other surprises that I've been working on. So I just need more time in the day, because by the time I'm done with my work, I have to start my other work. So keeps me busy.
That's hashtag every creator's issue. I need more time. So I want to know do you have any of the Sports Illustrated Kids magazines?
I don't think so, but if I do find any, I will reach out to you, Ed.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Ed, I don't know what he's wanting to use it for. Maybe he wants to use it. He does take so something really cool that Ed does with comics. Anybody that doesn't know Ed, please check out Ed's artwork. And that's ARTWORX. So check out Ed's artworks. He's got some really good Harry Potter art and prints, and he has Vengeance of Vampirella #1. He has a Volume 2 #1. He has a store variant cover that he did in Virgin and trade dress. You can get from him. You can get them slabbed. He does have a CGC submission, so you can get it yellow labeled for you. But something else that Ed does that's really cool is he takes old comics that are like wrecked beyond all recognition. There's no saving them, and he'll take the pages out and he'll decoupage it to like this. And then, like, say he'll take an old Spider-Man page out of like Amazing Spider-Man 64, and then he'll actually paint or draw Spider-Man in the middle of it. And it's really, really, really cool. You can go check it out on his Instagram. But you got this piece, and it's actually like a canvas piece with the page out of the book on it with the art. And some really cool stuff with it. I have to see if I can pull it up.
Hey, Russell, I think Tom needs to head out.
Yep, I got my message, guys. So I'm gonna jet. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Thanks a lot for being here, and we'll see you next week, buddy.
Next week for sure. I can do the whole shebang.
All right, let's do it. Have a good night.
See you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, Tom.
So Ed's got some really cool stuff with that. So at Ed's artwork, he put in the link there for you, and I'm sure that's what he's probably wanting to look for pages or something like that. Doing one of those,
When I have an actual huge storage tub filled with just damaged stuff. as I get it. I just throw it in there. So when somebody says, hey, I'm looking for a specific character, if I don't have it made, I can go through and look. I won't print it, but if I can find it in my box, I'll make it for them. So I get a lot of referrals from our LCS. They'll send people looking for something specific for this specific character they can't find. And they'll be like, well, contact her. She might be able to make something for you. So it's pretty cool of them.
So I'm going to throw out something here real quick, guys. Hashtag always promoting the CB4K auctions. So I do have some things left. They didn't all go at the market.
Pop. Yay!
It is the Steph Wilson pop. Look at him. That's after Lewis gets a hold of them. You know?
Oh, poor Steph.
I know, poor Steph Wilson. So if anybody wants to get one of these pops are not. I haven't seen them at the stores. They are on eBay. They're selling with shipping for around $35. But if you want your money to go to a good cause, I do have some of these left. If you want one of these Scary Library Ghosts, it is a part of the 35th anniversary collection. That is the collection there. Oh my gosh, I need Slimer. I know Rodney. Rodney's just drooling over it. Yeah. But as you can see there, it is the 35th movie collection. These are $40. That $40, all of it is going to CB4K. So if you guys like this, you guys are looking for one of these, or you just plain love this and you want to get it to add to your collection, please consider buying it from the CB4K auctions. I changed the name of the page just so I could separate it a little bit more and it wasn't confusing. So anybody that notices, hey, the name changed yesterday, what's up with that? It is now Russ Explode Studios charity CB4K charity auctions. I wanted to separate it a little bit from CB4K so people wouldn't be confused and actually think it was CB4K, and they would understand that I am putting on the auctions on behalf of CB4K. Because I don't want something happening and somebody going in bad mouth in CB4K, like the package gets lost in the mail, because there are those people out there, you know, and it's not like I'm not going to refund them the money if their package gets destroyed or lost or whatever. But to avoid any confusion and take the backlash away from CB4K, I did change the name. So anybody that's looking at that, it's like, oh, what is this the right page? Yes, it is the right page. I changed the name yesterday. Everything is fine. But we got this on here. Rodney chipped in. He has 3 Lego that are available on there. You have the Captain America, the Spider-Man, and the
Deadpool.
I always forget the other one.
Deadpool.
Thank you. Jeez.
It's because you think of Steph Pool, not Deadpool, so you get it all confused.
I know, that's what I was getting ready to say. Is because Deadpool's dead to me, you know, like for real. Like Steph Pool's way cooler. He's you know, he's got that snarky bit. And for those of you, I want to segue a little bit and talk about myself. I never hardly do that, but you know, please guys check out Xeno Nanite Titan. I am working hard. I really want to get Book 2 funded. My thing is, I'm not going to take its project to Kickstarter unless it's done and ready to go. The first one, I kickstarted it in February. I fulfilled at the end of July, and everybody got their books. I had one hiccup. I forgot to send somebody something, which I'm taking care of it. And, you know, issues happen. So Book 2, I'm confident that now that I know what I'm doing, I can get it out there. But the issue is I want it to be edited. I want the art done. I want the copyright in. I want this to fund. And in 2 weeks, it goes to print, and you guys have your stuff. That's my goal. And with everything that's happened, we're struggling to get that today. Thank God we had a good day at the market. Tiffany made some really cool stickers, which we'll show some of those off here in a minute. They're freaking hilarious. Oh, there you go. Yeah, he got the Xeno Nanite Titan. So I threw that in as a bonus because Smithers picked up the monetary sketch covers on the Comic Books for Kids charity auction. So he's such an awesome dude. I wanted to throw that in because he supported.
I like your teddy bear, Smithers.
Oh, that's the roommate's, not mine.
You know, there's a tier on my Kickstarter for custom Toy Stories. I'm just saying.
Just saying. Guys, we pick up a copy of Xeno Nanite Titan. Go to xenonanitetitan.com/shop. Please help support me, support other artists, give them work, and also let's get Book 2 funded because I know Smithers is just burning up. Smithers loved Xeno Nanite Titan so much he bought 3 extra copies to give his family. He's like, here, you need to read this.
I think I got 5 of the paperback and 1 of the hardcover.
Wow.
So, oh, yeah, that's right, you did.
I still have 3 of the paperbacks. And I want to give away to people, but then I'm like, but are they the right person? Are they going to treat that? Like, I started thinking like that kind of stuff. Instead of just letting them read the story.
Are they truly going to love it? Like I love it.
Like they're just going to say, yeah, I'll read it and then throw it in their car and then end up throwing it in the garbage.
All the pops are wonderful for Target package. Good. Then buy all five of them. Send over $200 to RussExplode2 at yahoo.com right now. I'll ship them out to you. I don't think it's legal to skeet shoot in California, but have fun with that. Because after they're out of my hands, it's not my issue. And it's probably because you're going to get shot anyway because you're talking smack on Tiffany. He's saying pimp out your stuff. So Tiffany, why don't you show us some of your stuff? Show off some stickers that we sold today. Oh my gosh, these are so funny. So Tiffany calls me on Friday and she's like, "Hey, I need some good ideas for stickers." I'm like, "All right, do a beer mug and have it say I serve good head." And she's like, "That's stupid." It was the first 2 stickers we sold out of that as soon as the market opened. So everybody's like, "Oh my god, I need this sticker for my party bus." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you serve good head. All right, I know who to call when I get divorced." Just kidding.
So here is.
Oh, that's my other one. So instead of "Don't fear the Reaper," I was like, dude, don't fear the Reaper. We sold out of that one too. So we had a lot of fun with stickers today. We were coming up with crazy ideas yesterday. Yeah, pink taco. Eating out never tasted so good.
I was reading these to my mom. When you sent me the message, I was reading these to my mom. She found them hysterical. I serve good head.
So this is going to be,
This is one of
some
my
of the
favorites. I think it's cute.
Yeah, Tiffany came up with that one.
So for me to get fired, I need to get a lot of those pink taco ones. Just start putting them bags.
Just use it as a sticker to seal their burritos up. Oh
well, because we have stores sealing the bags now, right? So I can just put those as a sticker on the bag to seal it. I can just imagine how fast I'll get fired. That'd be awesome.
Love it.
Well, I can't get it to where you can see all of it.
We get the gist of it. So Ed sent this in. So this is one of the pieces that he does. So there's the pages on the canvas that he decomposses on there, and then he did the remark of Deadpool on there.
That's very, very cool.
That's really cool, Ed.
So did you get a chance to show them off? I'm sorry, I got a message.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, there was just one more.
Oh yeah, it is naughty. I see vibrators, so that's the vibes. I didn't even notice that earlier. So here's the funny thing, guys. You're gonna crack up about this. So we're at the market, and like we're in this parking lot. And there's all these other fish around. And so like the cricket jacked up last night. It went and cut them outright. It kept cutting through the stickers, like where the print was, and so like somehow the file got altered. So Tiffany's like, "I'll just cut them out. I'll just have to take my time with them." So I'm like there's people standing at the table talking to me. We're talking about the book and the stuff that Tiffany does. She makes custom shirts. If you want something sublimated where it's sublimated and the ink is infused in the shirt, like picture, or if you just want vinyl sayings on it, whatever. I'm talking to them about this stuff. And like Tiffany's cutting these stickers out and then laying the pages face up on top. So I look over there and I see all these freaking stickers. And I'm like, "Turn them over. There's kids walking over here. What are you doing?" Because she's cutting them up and put them in like a pencil box. Because we put stickers on a pencil box and we keep them in there. But oh my god, everybody was rolling through like, "Oh my god, these are so funny." So I'm like, that's gonna be my goal tomorrow. I want to work on circle instruction, get some more art cards done for that, and we're gonna come up with some crazy sticker ideas. And if you guys want these stickers, you message Tiffany or myself, and please check out Tiff on Personalization. I will pop your link in there, but we've got all kinds of cool stuff: hoodies, shirts, blankets. We actually just did our first baby blanket. It's got a little portrait on the side, and it's got like days, weeks, months, years, and you just like lay stuff on there to show how many months there are, and you do it for the growth pictures. And it turned out absolutely adorable. And then some other person's ordered the second one for their other kid. So we've been working on that. But we're really trying to branch out, find creative ways to bring in an income, because there's a possibility I may not be able to work anymore pretty soon, unfortunately. Just the stuff going on with my back. This week's my last set of injections. After this, I can't walk. I don't know what we're going to do. The last ones have already started wearing off. So I really want to get on this train, get book 2 done, get Stuff Full Circle Destruction done, get Tiffany's business off the ground, and you know, I really want to create. I love creating, and that's what's great about shows is getting on with the other guys, and kicking ideas. I never thought about what Tom said about reaching out to somebody else that wants to do a card game. That would help out a lot if I can't find another distributor locally, and that's great. We live in we don't live. We have a great community of creators here. Everybody that was on the show tonight, everybody that collaborates together, we bounce ideas off of each other. We don't hide, our trade secrets of, hey, this is how I fix this, or hey, this is how you can help overcome that. That's so great. Everybody's always so willing to help. Oh, you got an issue? What do you need? Oh, here's this. This is what you do. Everybody's a wealth of knowledge here. Let's see.
Well, I got welcome into the community with open arms, and I'm grateful because it was a learning experience and a learning curve. So I was grateful that so many people were so good to me. So
I remember that was a little over a year ago.
Yeah, I was behind the scenes up until then. So
Yeah.
I went live my first time, which is a phobia to be on camera. And my first time I went live was right after I got back from California. My sister had passed in August, and it was really rough, and I had a lot going on and had a planned trip to, as soon as her celebration of life was over, I was on a plane to California for a few days just to reset. And I came back and I was ready to work again and just changed up things a bit.
Yeah.
And here I am on podcasts and on the camera.
Yeah,
Never
and
thought
Heather's like, I really don't want to go live. And I'm like, all right, Heather, when do you want to schedule a show? She's like, I don't want to. I'm like, no. I got next Sunday, next Tuesday, or the following Tuesday.
You were
and she's like, well, I guess I'll just do that day. And I'm like, all right, cool. I got it set up. I'll send you a link. I'll get everything set up. And so we got backstage. I'm like, are you ready for this? She's like, no, but I know you're not going to let me get away with this. And I'm like, that's right. I'm doing this.
That was, because I had gone live a couple times on my own just to see if I could do it. I mean, it was kind of I was told I couldn't, knowing it was a phobia. And it was one of those things that, like, so much had changed. I was in the fuck this mode. If you tell me I can't do something, watch me. And I've kind of stayed in that mode, and I'm just moving forward, and it's been kind of awesome.
Yeah, that's a good mode
That
to be.
must have been hard, like, doing it by yourself. Like, with Russell, at least you're talking to somebody else on camera, but by yourself?
Yeah, well, it helped that I had supportive people that came in to chat into the chat with me, that they knew I was terrified. They knew I had taken a hit of my cartridge right before I went live, or else I never would have made it on. And they were there, and I could focus knowing that they were there cheering me on. And that was important. And then I launched Chaos, Comics and More Chaos, last Monday a year ago. And since then, I've got 1,700 people already and growing.
That's awesome.
I love how
That's
she
pretty
says
good in here.
supportive. It's like a Steph Wilson show, Everybody comes in and talks shit. And so Heather's on, I'm like, what's up, Heather? And then I'm cracking jokes, and Heather's like trying to keep a straight face. And that's what it is. That's the best thing to do with people that are uncomfortable or that are on the show by themselves is, just go in and crack jokes, because it really relieves the tension when you're live.
It does.
Like Katrina, Katrina went live, launched, returned to the toy store. It was just jacked
the
up
worst.
from the
It was
get-go.
so messed
Nothing
up.
was working right. The cats were tearing the entertainment center apart. There was a cat behind her trying to climb the freaking door frame. Her son's chasing after the cat, trying to get him out from behind the entertainment center. She couldn't get her live stream to work right, and so
nothing was right. It was a mess.
Nobody was even in there. I was the only one in there. So I was like,
I was in
it
there.
was just me for a while, and then Brett joins in, and Brett's like, just launch it now. I'm like, yeah, Katrina, just launch it now. And then I was like, hey, Katrina, you know that we peer pressured Brett into launching his project from Travis Gibbs' live show. I'm like, so we're just going to peer pressure. She's like, you know what? I'm done with this live show anyway. I might as well just launch it. So she just releases it into the ether, and she's like,
I did like
here
40
you go.
minutes early. I was like, okay, I'm going to go from 10 to 11. It's going to be a great live stream. People are going to come in and talk. We're going to talk. Read the first story from the book. Get everybody excited. And The only thing that happened was I actually did read the story. I don't think anybody heard it.
I heard your story. I listened to you read The Greatest. I was there the whole time. I listened to the story of the goat.
Yes, the goat.
So it's a story of the goat. They have all these Olympic games and stuff. And see, that's the thing about Katrina's project. I'm sharing real quick, Katrina, so I don't mean to like cut you off.
Yeah, you're good.
So, she reads a story about the goat. And if you guys don't know about what Tales from the Toy Story, Return to the Toy Story is, it's not just children's stories. It's not just stories to, entertain children. It actually has, so here's one of the dog tags that Heather has done here. I want to show that off before the computer crashes.
Very nice.
And so her stories also have a lesson in them, a life lesson. So, for kids to be able to learn life lessons while they're reading these stories. And they don't really know they're reading life stories. They're just entertained by the stories that these toys are going on adventures and doing stuff. But at the end of the day, like the goat, you learn that, sometimes it's not the greatest thing to be the greatest of all time. Sometimes it's better to help a friend instead of winning. And so that's what this book is all about. And it's great. I love it. And not only that, but something else that she usually fails to mention on the live shows that I always have to kick her in the tush is at the end of the book, there's a link that you can download the animals and the toys and whatnot out of the book that the kids can color. So if you guys are looking for something that would be great for your grandkids, great for your nieces and nephews or whatnot for Christmas, please think about going and backing this project. We're almost to halfway now, Katrina?
We are at, last time I looked, I think we were at $394. So
hold on, I'm refreshing right now.
You can refresh.
So how heavy is that cat on your shoulder there?
He's actually just behind my arm. Otherwise, he's incredibly heavy.
He looked like a small dog when you're moving around.
He looks like Sherman. Sherman's
he's a big size boy. He's
a wonderful cat, though.
He's a great cat. This is his second time he's been on the camera today. I did a.
So guys, I want to put this out here. One thing I always preach on all of my shows, on every single show, as I'm closing out the show, is there's two things that you can do that don't cost you hardly anything. One, share. Please share this project out there. I know some of these things are not your forte, but here's the issue. Something as an indie creator, whether it comes to Rodney's Roadkill Rampage, and we do a live show here, and he does a live show on 25 other shows. There's only a small crowd of people that watch these shows, that follow these people. But if you take and you share this link to your page, you have 400, 500, 2,000 friends. If 5 of those friends share that out, and then each one of those have 5 friends that share it out, that gets the word out, lets people see this project, and normally won't see this project. Right. And here's another secret that I always like to tell, and I'll preach this till the day that I die. Back it for $1. Mm-hmm. Now listen, you're not into it, you don't have kids, you don't have grandkids, you don't have nieces, you don't have nephews. When you back that for $1, when I was live with Katrina, everybody that backed that project, I seen that I followed, I seen they backed that project. And so did 800 other people that followed them. Now, those 800 people may not have known that Katrina launched the project. They may not have known that there was this Tales of the Toy Store or April's Army or Return to the Toy Store. But now, because you backed the project for the low price of $1, you just paid for ultimate advertising for this indie creator that's out there pouring their heart and soul into a project. So whether it's Katrina, whether it's myself, whether it's Rodney, whether it's Tom Hutchison, whether it's April Grady Raina when Kinktober launches, even though there's these great projects, if you guys like these creators, you love what they're doing, love the message that they're sending, but the project doesn't cater to you, please just throw it out at it. That's all that we ask. Not only is it showing that you support us and what we do and that you're showing love, it shows everyone else that you support us too and that they should come look at our project. And I just want you guys to know that means the world to us. Even just a share to your page or pledging $1, that means the world. We know that, you don't have kids. If you pledge it for $1, we're not going to be offended and go, oh my God, can you believe that?
I get just as excited over $1 pledge as I do a bigger pledge. Oh. Yeah, Bongo the Spider Cat. That's my 6-month-old orange tabby kitten who likes to scale the doors. I looked up. James will be thrilled to hear he was trying to sit on the top of the laundry room door again. He climbs up there and tries to sit on that little, 2-inch wide door. He's crazy. He'll be in the next cat book for sure. But no, I made that point today to somebody. I was on a show earlier today, and
we have one of those. This one likes to climb the curtains in the living room.
Oh no, Ezzy.
Hi, Ezzy girl. Hi, sweet pea.
She looks so happy.
Ow.
She
I'm trying to
had
climb
shots.
curtains.
She had shots last week, and ever since then, she doesn't want anybody to touch her.
Anybody touch
She
her.
doesn't want her. She's okay if you pet her, but she doesn't want you picking her up.
Mm-hmm.
And before she was, and now she sleeps with me. She did sleep with Tiffany, but since Tiffany took her to the vet, now she sleeps between my legs. She's like, "F you, woman."
She's holding a grudge.
Pretty much. I have one. One is asleep. She's like a 20-some pound cat, and she's asleep. She also smokes with mommy because she has arthritis. So she waits until I take my hit, and she comes and takes hers and goes take a nap. The other one, though, Stinker, she is the one you'll see on camera when I'm live. She's the one who likes to hop behind me on the camera. And the first time I was in the green room in Uncle Carl's group, we're live on camera, and my cat is climbing the ceiling and hanging from the ceiling up the wall because there was a mouse in there. So all I see is, oh shit, my cat's on the ceiling. And then I didn't turn off the camera or the microphone so they could hear me. The cat jumped down, dropped the mouse in my bedroom.
Oh.
So I got a mouse in my bedroom, one cat chasing the mouse. The other cat comes in and joins. So there's one mouse being chased by two cats and me screaming. That was how I met everybody in the green room. It was awesome.
You can't ask for a better icebreaker.
They will never forget you because of that.
No, exactly.
They never do. And when I'm in the green room or when I'm on live, everyone knows to say hi to Stinker because she's there looking for attention. Talia is, she's still out. She's by my feet. She's sound asleep, but Stinker's probably causing chaos somewhere. She walks in the rafters. She climbs into any hole she could fit into. She's a fun one. But they eat the spiders, so I'm good.
That's these guys. If I do a show and a cat doesn't appear, they wonder what's wrong.
Yeah,
right.
Are they sick?
I've got at least one that's walked across or come to say hi.
Yes,
Hi,
Russell,
Savannah.
we see your kitty.
Aw,
Is she not the cutest little baby ever?
she is
Who
cute.
is
She is
that?
really cute.
Who is
Ooh.
that?
Psst, psst, psst,
She's a
Come here.
cutie.
psst, psst.
She is the biggest ball up. I love her so much. And it's like with Midnight being doing bad lately, she's still kind of sick off and on. We've had her for 17 years. And, I'm never going to love a cat as much as I love Midnight because I remember going and getting her as a baby and, her showing off and us getting her. And then Savannah shows up in her life and she is the biggest ball of love. Like she will just sit here all day and let me love on her and just purr and make these weird squeaky noises that like chirping while she purrs. And she is absolutely, and I'm like, oh my God, I love this kitty so much. And so it's exciting to know, that once something happens at midnight, I got a little buddy still. It's hard,
Hey, there's Smithers.
It's like, the story that I told a long time ago, it sounds really stupid, but when I was in high school, I had a hamster and her name was Gizmo. And I had her for like 7 years. We went and bought, so here's the story. I went to the Petco back when they had pet stores at the mall, and I bought a hamster. Like 3 days later, it dies. So I go back there, like destiny. There's this little bitty box on top of the cage full of babies. And, me being the odd one out, being the black sheep, I'm looking at all of them. There's brown ones, and there's white ones, and there's black ones, and tan. And there's this one gray one of like a box of like 40 hamsters. And so I picked out the gray one. I took her home. I called her Gizmo. And like every day when I come from school, she would walk down the stairs out of the little house. She would wait at the door. And if I would ignore her, she would lift up the door and slam it down. And so I'd get her out and she'd climb up on my hand and kiss me on the end of my nose. So it was like one of the first my pets I ever had, because my parents were like, we're not getting you a cat or a dog until we know you're going to actually take care of the animal, because I worked a job too while on top of school. And so, you know, for 7 years I had her, and then it was like my junior year of high school, I come home one day and from work, and she didn't come greet me. Have a good night, Ed. And so one night she didn't come out and greet me, and I was like, that's weird. So I lifted the lid off of her box, and she was just laying there on her side, which 7 years is a long time. They usually use
That's a long time for a hamster.
and they usually live 2 or 3 years. And so I got her out of there, and I held her for 3.5 hours that night, and she died in my hands. And it just broke my heart. I cried for like 2 days because she passed away. It was so weird coming home, and you know the cage is empty, just sitting there. So then I got this crazy ass thing called a Libyan Jerd, and I'm like, it's like some kind of Australian fucking mouse that's super high, like Sonic the Hedgehog snorted cocaine off a hooker's ass or something. And like this thing was crazy, and I swear to God, within like 2 weeks it died of a heart attack. Like it just died. Like this thing was nuts. It was absolutely insane. And so then I got Charlie, which was a Maine Coon. And then I went off to college, and my parents got Charlie, and I ended up taking Charlie back in several years ago when my parents got divorced, and Charlie passed away. And then Tiger's gone now. And so Midnight's like the last cat remaining. And like I said, she's 17 years old. And now we got kids, and they're like, oh, we want a pet. So I got Ezzy. That's what Sonic was. And so and then Savannah. Oh my God, this cat. I mean, she just this is her. She's like, oh my God, just love me. And she's soft like a bunny. I mean, so soft. And she is just the most.
And then she attacks your feet.
Yeah. So the story that I wrote about Ezzy, cat date 10/4/21, about eating Mommy's toes, it's totally fucking true. Like this cat, I'll go in there and she'll lay on me and love on me, and Tiffany goes in there, she's like, ah! And she's like, give me your feet. Like this morning, she's like sliced her foot open. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh.
It's because you're interrupting their snuggle time. Come on,
Apparently.
Hi, pretty girl.
Quit being the third wheel there, Russell.
Come on, Nebraska.
So now I've been tasked with, people think I should actually write a cat story about Savannah and the cat date. So should we make a Star Trek kitty book just about you? Oh, I love you too. I guess kisses of approval is what that was. She said she wants to wrote about it. It's Russell, why did you? Oh, I thought that's what Sonic was. It's a Libyan Jerd that sort of grabbed a hooker's ass. Is that a true statement? And said, Russell, why did you think Sonic was running fast? Oh my God, this thing was nuts. I have never seen anything as psycho insane as this freaking Libyan Jerd. So if you ever go in a pet store and they're like, oh, we've got these really cool Libyan Jerds, don't buy it. Because they're fucking insane. It climbed glass. That's how fast this thing ran. It climbed glass. And just from the pure friction of how fast it moves. So, like, if you don't want to end up in, like, a roadkill rampage 3 because you get murdered by Sonic who snorted coke off of a stripper's ass, then don't buy a Libyan Jerd. I mean, we're just going to leave that there.
I'll have to look.
So what are you working on?
And insert him into issue 3 in the background somewhere.
You do it. Do it. This thing is nuts. It's literally like a kangaroo mouse. Like that's the only way that I describe it. It has a tail like a possum. It's long, or a rat. I mean, it's long and tailless, but it looks like a hamster, mated with a squirrel, and it stands kind of like a kangaroo, and it is just like super fast and just.
What's
like,
it called again?
A Libyan Jerd. It's like Libyanjird. I think. I don't know. It's been years. It may be Libyan. But if you type in Jerd, it'll come up.
Jird, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Jird.
All right, I'll look it up.
You should. Oh my God, I'll die if it's in for Roku page. I will. Hey,
I could put him in Pitter Patter too.
Oh yeah, you could. Buddy and dude are hunting a Libyan Jerd, and like they just walk.
The thing is,
go down.
That I'm going to be introducing the Mouse Mafia in issue 3. So he's kind of a mouse.
Yeah.
He'd just be a troublemaker. So
Yeah, and then Buddy and Dude, just like they go into the alley and they see him snorting coke off a hooker's ass. I mean, it goes from there.
we need disposable characters. So I'll just write him out.
Yeah, he did so much coke and ran so fast that he just had a heart attack and died. The end.
Those that burn twice as bright burn half as long. Yes.
You're so adorable. Yes, I love
I need
this cat
to,
like pieces.
I need to wrap it up. I have work I still have to do tonight.
You better wrap it
Bye,
up. You don't want
Heather.
more kids.
Have a good
Have a
night.
good one, Heather.
Bye, Heather.
Bye, Heather.
Bye.
Bye, Heather. Have a good night.
You too.
She's like, oh my god, he really didn't say that. I did.
Oh, nothing shocks me anymore. Nothing at all. Come on, I used to deal with lingerie fetish and sex toy world, business to business. Nothing shocks me anymore. Y'all have a great night.
Bye.
What's up, Thomas? It's freaking hilarious. Bye, Heather. Have a great night. Oh my god, what's going on? Where have you been all night? Collecting coins and turning them into dollar bills. Dollar bills, y'all. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited, Rodney, for Roadkill Rampage 2. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, you guys go check out the review show. I said I'd do it last week, and then I got injections, and my whole week just turned into I don't even know what day or month it is anymore. But I will pull that review for Roadkill Rampage, and I'll repost it up. So you guys can go check out the book and the art, and I may even do another review on it and a live read, even possibly. That would probably be a good thing. We'll set up a live reading one night. I'll hop on and read it. But I love the story. The black and white art is absolutely beautiful in it, and it's insane. The animals turn towards the worst. I mean, you got psycho deer out there just impaling people with antlers, and mice and squirrels biting people's fingers off. It gets pretty crazy, and it just it takes a turn from the worst. You're watching this, story play out. This guy and this girl stop at a gas station. She gets some chips and she's feeding it to the squirrel, and the guy's like, "What the fuck are you doing? I bought those. You're not feeding them to the animals." And then they get in the car and he starts driving like a douchebag, so he must be from Illinois. And sorry,
I would say Ohio, but
that's a little personal.
Watch it.
Well, watch it. Yeah, it's a freaking Ohio drivers. But anyway, you got these. He's out there. He starts driving 100 miles an hour, and there's an animal on the road. And he just swerves it and hits it. And then he's like, "Hi, what do you think about that?" And she's hitting him, telling him to stop it. And so he pulls off and he starts, beating on her. And then all chaos breaks loose. So we will do a live
spoilers
reading.
much, Russell?
What that?
Spoilers much? You just told me the whole book. I don't need to even go buy it now. Poor Rodney. You just lost a sale.
I've already read it live on the review show. That's what it's for. We got to get book one out there, Hey.
So is this what you're talking about?
Yes, that's it right there. Libby and Jerd, right there. Boom. That's it.
Oh, he said.
Yeah, it is LIBYAM. I thought it was right after I said it. Yeah, lifespan 3 years, 3 days if you buy it, and it does. I'm telling you,
It's actually
insane.
really cute.
Oh my god, it is adorable. It was the most adorable thing until I took it home and started burning out, fucking throwing shading 60 feet. That thing burned out so hardcore. It was like a DeLorean. There was flames where the tracks were.
How big is it?
They get about the one I had was probably about half the size of a guinea pig, for reference.
Okay.
It was about the size of a hamster when I got it, and then it was about after a few weeks almost half the size of a guinea pig.
Is that tail with that size including tail or just size of the body?
That's just the body.
Okay.
The tail's long as shit. It's like a freaking whip.
Yeah. There we go. Those to attack people. Just an army of Libyan Jerds.
Yeah, Rodney's gonna have. That's what he's gonna call the mobsters in freaking Pitter Patter 3. It's gonna be the Libyan Jerds. Oh, it's gonna be great.
Tiffany, tattoos and stuff.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. You have a Libyan Jerd tattoo. So Tiffany, show off some of the signs that you made today and last night.
Hang on, I got mesh everywhere.
See, we got
one of them.
Oh, I like that one.
Hold it up a little bit. There you go. So that's one we have at the market today.
That's very nice.
And then there's this one. Well, there goes
I
that.
love you too. Get out of my ear. Nobody wants to hear you.
Backwards.
Oh, that's good. Wow. Michigan's going to try to tie it with a field goal now. They could mess.
And
Get out
then
of my
there's
ear.
this one that Russell helped me place the flowers on because I had no idea where to put them.
Very cool.
That's
And
really
if somebody
cool.
Russell,
makes
that's her what. Russell, that's her way of saying thank you.
You're welcome. And
Mm.
so
And then I don't have it over here.
get the vibrator out of your ear. I know. I keep trying to get her away. I'm sorry, guys. She just wants to come up and say hi to everybody. So, and if any, what happened? So the CB4K. Hold on, guys. She's trying to climb my neck. So the CB4K sign that's up right now, the one with the eyes and the cornucopia mouth, is sold. If somebody wants to buy that, we can make another one. So it's still up on CB4K. But until we get another one made, the pumpkin that she just showed up, if somebody wants to buy that for $40 shipped, show it off again, that is going to go towards CB4K. So we did sell the other one at the market today. So we're going to bump this one to go up just a little more. There you go. So we're going to bump this one. We're going to throw this in for CB4K as well. Like I said, $40 shipped because it's so big. That's what she said. And all
I don't know
proceeds
if
are
you
going
can
to
tell,
go
but
to
it's got like little glittery.
Yeah, it's got glitter on it. Oh my god, if April was here, she'd be squealing like
You
crazy.
can see it. Yeah,
I can't tell if
Yeah, it's catching the light.
it's very festive.
Hi, sweetheart. You are such a sweet.
It looks like pumpkin spice. Ah!
Where's April at when we need her? Oh my god, we're going back to
You made
pumpkin
that just
spice
for April,
again.
didn't you?
So, let's see. I'll be sure to let him know he can see all 3 inches of Jimmy. Oh my god.
Did you have some Christmas ones going?
Oh yeah. Oh, so you've
Not
been making that
totally
wreath.
not finished, but
So yeah,
you know.
we go to the market today. She brings all this freaking tool with her, and she's like, "I'm gonna make a wreath while we sit here." And she didn't bring the wreath form. I'm like, "How the hell are you gonna make the wreath without a wreath form?"
I forgot the little gnomes too. I didn't realize I forgot those either. So
3 kid in April's
those will
always
be
here.
going on it somewhere.
Oh yeah, the gnomes. Those are freaking adorable.
It's got a little gnome sign to go with it, but
Do you have any of those sublimation shirts you can show off, or did you already ship those out?
I shipped those out. I have them on my phone. I just have to find them.
Smithers! How about unstable frequencies? Smithers got some unstable frequencies going on. That was hilarious. So did anybody else notice that this is what happened when Alfred and Kara were talking about unstable frequencies? You were blipping in and out, and you were right next to him. It was creeping me out. I'm not going to lie. So there you go. There's a sublimation. So to give you guys an idea, the ink is infused into the shirt. So you guys can get any photo, any picture, any character. We're able to make these. If you guys are looking to do something for a Kickstarter, you want to sell shirts, we can do these sublimation prints. We can order the shirts. We can make them up and offer you a discount and do them probably cheaper than you can get them anywhere else. And they'll be high quality. We've tested some places where we've ordered stuff from. The shirts aren't that great. Now, granted, this place I get the shirts from, for the shirts that I get, these are great. I mean, like I said, here's Rodney's shirt right here, the cv4k.org. There's Buddy the Dude from Pitter Patter. And Savannah, she's the third wheel now of Pitter Patter, apparently.
Who's
Rodney? I don't know. He disappeared. Like, he ghosted us. He's gone.
I think Rodney's your alter ego. You're making him up.
I'm here.
So these are like, there's another. Oh, wait.
Who said that?
Me. So
I
that's
know, I'm just
another
kidding.
sublimation. So you can like take a picture and put like any. I have one that I made for my nephew that's got like a picture of his fish on it. And
Yeah, the fish he caught at
I think it was Bennett.
Montauk. Was it Montauk or Bennett Springs? He caught a giant ass
Bennett
trout.
Springs. You try to find that one.
Oh my God. Thomas said April's like so much there's no way she can't not be blamed for the great face Age of 2021 alongside Rick Fuck. No, I'll take the blame for that, Thomas. It's actually my fault. I've been posting so many cute kitten pictures that of my cats. It just shut down Facebook.
Here we go.
Like Facebook
It
didn't know how to.
did. It did. Shut it down, and all I could see was that one post for 6 hours.
Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. That post that I posted that I was talking about of Ezzy, the cat date 10/4/21. That's all Katrina could see all day, every time she loaded.
That's a huge.
Every time.
So yeah, so I can do like just actual pictures too.
Yeah,
That's just a picture off of, I believe it was
camera.
my brother's phone.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I know, you're just whoring up the camera, aren't you? You're like, ooh, look, you can see me. Hi, everybody. Daddy's on camera.
I wonder where she gets that from.
Oh, I am an attention whore. What do you say? What are you talking about? I get on all by myself all the time.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I got you guys on my living room TV today.
Wow.
So it's so weird, like you're talking about you're like in the past on the TV, so
yeah, it's 15 cents behind usually.
Yeah.
Let's see. Russell and Tiffany you should make some shirts out of the stickers that sold out. Yeah, we've been talking about that. Putting that. So the problem is Tiffany sells on Etsy right now, and Etsy's got really weird guidelines on stuff, and so I don't know if we post stuff like that on there.
Oh yeah, I have weed shirts on there now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Not anymore. They just closed the store down.
Is definitely
the DEA closed down the shirts. The store because people were rolling up the shirts and smoking them.
This one is definitely going to be made into a shirt for a Christmas present. So.
And just think, April could turn that into a day, double fisting. And it's so big I have to use 2 hands. Look at Ronnie's fist. Holy shit. That would be a video. Ultimate fallout. You don't have to worry about taking any freaking Imodium for that. There's nothing plugging that hole.
It just turned into Rodney fans here.
Rodney fans, oh my god. Rodney could just open up an OnlyFans and show off his hands, and girls would be like, oh my god, I'm subbing. Rodney be a millionaire. We'll be like, what the hell happened to like Pitter Patter 3 or Roadkill Rampage 3? And Rodney's just like freaking Stooge McDuck. He's in his little vault in his studio there, just swimming in freaking $100 bills. He's like, oh, I'm out. I got these only hands.
John and I always joke about doing those Chunkendale's calendars.
Yes. Oh my God. Let's not talk about that. Did I tell you guys about that last week?
No. Now we gotta know.
So Predator Hunting Grounds was free on PlayStation. Yeah. So Tiffany took the kids out to her mom's because I was having a bad fibro pain day. My back was shot. When I get bad pain days, all I want to do is sleep. Like I literally cannot stay awake. Like my body just shuts down and I go to sleep and I can't help it. And you can't wake me up. And so I fell asleep on the couch. Well, anyway, Jack had told me, hey, let's download Predator Hunting Grounds. And it's free and we'll get on and play this weekend. So I had downloaded it. When I woke up and the kids and Tiffany were gone, so I was like, Jack had messaged me and said, hey, let's play. And I was like, all right. So I get on there. So we played a few rounds and it's just the Predators versus the what is it, the UAC or whatever? Oh, my brains.
The Colonial Marines?
Colonial Marines. UAC's different game. So the Colonial Marines. Yeah. And it's like we're playing as the Colonial Marines, and we're chasing down the Predator, and we have no idea where this thing is because it's cloaked. And I look out of the corner of my eye and see something running at me, and I'm like, what in the hell is that? I look over, and Ezzy runs and jumps onto the couch cushion and flies at me with all 4 paws out and latches right on my face like a face hugger. I'm like, wrong damn game, you freaking crazy cat. And she's like on my face, and then I get killed by the Predator, and the Predator rips my head off. And like, there's the point of no return. So like, if you get, whoa, what's going? Oh, somebody met. Okay, I was like, what happened? Everybody just went swirling for a second. So yeah, she literally jumped on my freaking face like a face hugger from Aliens, and latched onto my face in the middle of the game. And I'm like, what in the hell is wrong with you? And he's laughing like hysterically. Okay, I guess
Katrina doesn't care about your story so much. She got on the phone.
What's going on? Let me refresh, guys.
She's ordering some pizza. She's like, yeah, I don't know how long these fools are going to keep me on here. They just keep running along with cats. I don't know, but I'm hungry, so I need a double cheese with extra pepperoni, jalapenos, throw on some spicy Italian sausage, and some mushrooms and onions.
It's almost perfect. Like
I
the
know.
lag on her lips, it's
Yeah.
really like working ever as I get. I think we lost Russell. I don't think he can hear us.
Let's see if we can do the lip sync thing. Yeah. Yeah, I need extra cheese and.
I don't hear him talking downstairs, so I don't know.
What's up,
What?
Tiffany?
Normally his big mouth I can hear.
Well, now it's your turn to run the show since he's gone.
Oh, hell no.
Woo! I got back just in time. Take over.
So after
I'm the type
Roadkill
of person
Rampage
that don't
2,
talk.
what are you doing, Rodney?
Well, I'm. We're working on issue 3 of Pitter Patter and issue 3 of Roadkill Rampage. What else is going on? There's some new projects. I am working on. Hang on, they're right here.
I hijacked your show, Russell. Sorry.
That's
You
okay.
did just before I could. It was a competition I lost.
You were ordering pizza, so you're all
No,
good.
my youngest called me, wanted to know what the Disney Plus login was.
Oh, just tell him it wrong. Like every time he calls you, be like, "That must be it." I don't know what's wrong.
I don't know. I don't know what the password is. So.
You can't watch your Marvel. Sorry.
These
I
are
like those.
those are Yule Lads from Celtic.
It already is.
What?
What already is?
What? I'm sorry. What?
I don't know.
So anyway, I'm doing these for this is my next project. It's they're from Celtic folklore and fairy tales, and they're basically Christmas elves from the ancient Celtic lore, and they're very well known over in Europe. They're kind of like the dwarves in Snow White, and kind of that ilk. So my buddy is part of the Asatru community. He's a priest in the Asatru community, which is kind of similar to Druidism. And he's making a book of all these fairy tales and poems and stuff, fey fairy tales and poems and all that. And I'm doing the illustrations for it. So I think I'm doing a total of 18 illustrations. And he's going to compile them with the literature, and there's poems and stuff like that. And
it's very cool.
Yeah,
I love that idea.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I was on the phone talking with him today about it, and suggested that because right now he's only I don't get to color these, which is a little disappointing. But he's only going to be doing it black and white. And I suggested that he do a coloring book version of it, because Marvel and DC are releasing those coloring book versions of their comics, and I've been in conventions all fall, and I see adults sitting there and coloring in these books, and they're very popular. So, and it's nothing else. It's like Tom was saying, you just put them on the back of the print run because they're black and white, and it's just you're getting 2 products for the price of 1. You don't have to come up with any new content or anything. It's just the same thing. And he was like, "Ooh, I like that idea." So might have some of those available. But we'll have some of the books available through Hasm, and you guys can get them through us or get them on the website. So yeah,
nice.
Keep y'all up.
Cool.
Russell, are you back now?
Russ, are you gonna be all right?
I think that's a no. You think he's frozen?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So speaking of like gnomes and dwarfs, I used to work at Hollywood Video back in the day as a shift manager.
I
My friend and
thought
I,
you were going to talk about Toby.
we would run we would run it during the day, and they had people bring movies back. And this old guy came back because when you rented a new release, you would get $1 off your next. If you brought it back the next day, you'd get $1 off your next title. And the guy's like, "Well, here's my movie." He's like, How do you know it's my movie? And I'm like, "Well, sir, we have a movie store gnomes that follow you home and watch the movie with you, and they come back, and when you bring it back, they let us know it's
Report
you.
it back.
And he goes, he's sitting there looking at me like I shit you not, like serious, like, are you telling me the truth? And my friend Ed goes, no. He holds up the movie. He's like, barcode. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I had to go in the back room. I was laughing so hard. I almost peed my pants. We had this teenage guy working for us, and the way the sun would come into the front windows at night, it would be like right before the sun set. It was really, really bright. And between us and the Taco Bell and across the parking lot, there was this big mound of snow, and like where they push all the snow from the parking lot.
Oh yeah.
And this guy's like, oh, can you do something about that sun, to this like 16-year-old kid? And the kid's like, yeah, hold on a second. He walks out of the store around the snow pile, comes back into the store, and gets back to the thing and goes, sorry, the dimmer switch is stuck, can't do anything. And I'm just like, I'm glad we hired that kid, because that kid made work so much fun. He totally got our sense of humor.
We got a segue from this. So you talk about this giant pile of snow. We had this friend, Andrew, and he had this huge fucking Ford truck. It's like, I mean, monster truck. This thing was like, it's like an old 80s model. It was all metal, like a tank. And it was, the big crew cab with a full bed. And we're in the Lowe's parking lot. They just built Lowe's, like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years before. And they pushed all the snow into this one giant ass pile. And we convinced him to jump it with his truck. And didn't he, hon? It was so funny. We fucking got airborne in this truck, and it's like, whoa. When it hit, like, I think like one of his quarter panels fell off, and the fender, the bumper was all bent up. And so after we leave there, it's even funnier. We leave there. So Andrew, back then we smoked, and Andrew never packed his cigarettes. Well, let me tell you, for anybody that ever wonders why people pack their cigarettes before they open them, let me tell you why. We are driving down the road. After jumping the giant ass pile of snow, we're driving down the road, and I'm smoking, and I look over, and Andrew's taking a drag off of his cigarette, but there's no cherry on the end of the cigarette. I'm wondering, where the hell did Andrew's cherry go? And I said, Andrew, your cigarette's not lit, right? And he's like, it's not? He's like, huh, that's weird. I was like, I wonder where it went. And he goes to light it again, and all of a sudden, we just stop in the middle of the highway. I almost went through the windshield. Tiffany's like, what the fuck? And he gets out, just running around the truck, and burned through his pants, through his boxers, right onto his balls. And so he's got a hot cherry from his cigarette. He's running around the truck screaming, and we're laughing so hard. And so let me tell you the moral of the story. After that, Andrew always packed his cigarettes. That is why you pack your cigarettes, because the cherry falls off if you don't. It's not packed. But it was so funny, because it was like, here I am. I could just like imagine the question marks all over my head.
So when you kids, when you were little, when you guys were little, did you ever, like when we were little, my brother and sister and I, we used to go to the mall onto those big snow piles and play King of the Mountain. Did you guys ever do that when you were kids?
We didn't have to do it at the mall. We just do it in our backyard.
Yeah.
I grew up
or we would like dig it out and climb inside it.
Yeah. Like we would snowplow our driveway. But my dad had this big garage, and where he'd work on cars and stuff on the weekends when he wasn't working his regular job. Yeah. So they snowplow this big mountain in our driveway, and we would just mess with it. It was awesome.
We didn't do it there. We did it on the train tracks behind my house. That lasted until I almost got hit by a train.
I was gonna say.
Oh no!
What? All right, we gotta hear this.
We had all our yards were very flat, and so the only hill was up the train tracks, and so we would take our little sleds and toboggans, go up the train tracks and slide down, and we didn't realize that they were essentially live train tracks because we were dumb, and one got a little close one time. After that, we didn't play on the train tracks anymore.
Yeah, playing with trains is not fun. We used to do that. We had this bridge, just like a wooden bridge that would go over the train, and it was like, like vaulted. We used to
Mhm.
climb underneath it and hang down from it and let our feet hit the train as the train went underneath us. Someone almost like lost it and got killed. So after that, we stopped doing that totally.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
I can just see it now though. This is like segueing into like Roadkill Rampage 3. Like the
Right.
animals take control of a train and
Of
just
the
start
trains.
and they just derail the train like into a city and they're just like mowing down people and there's just like a squirrel with and he's just nuts literally and he's just like and there's a Libyan jerk behind him with his arms crossed going
He's got his tail in his hand and he's moving it around like a lasso.
yeah he's spinning around like a lasso. He's trying to fan himself because of all the coke he did up that hooker's ass. It's a little hot in here.
I'm so hot and I don't know why.
Yeah, hey, at least I'm not sweating like church like I was on Wednesday. Jesus, those man, I swear I went swimming that night, man. I got up in the middle of the night. Well, I didn't get up in the middle of the night. I didn't sleep at all the night. I went to sleep at like 3:30 in the morning. I literally fell asleep for 15 minutes, and then Adrian had a nightmare and wakes up and is like, "Mommy, mommy," and wakes me up. And so I run up there because it's, of course, you know, Thursday. It's a school day for Roger, and I don't want to wake him Roger up at 3:00 in the morning. We already are
Oh
having
dear God, no.
with him at school. So I'm like, Adriana, what's wrong? And she's like, I had a bad dream. I'm like, okay, it's okay. Just go back to sleep. Daddy, can I have a hug? And I'm like, oh, for the love of God, I just want to sleep. So I go in there and I'm like, come here and give me a hug. And she's like, ew, Dad, you're all sweaty. I'm like, I know. It's like a freaking the freaking whirlpool down here. I'm sweating so bad and so through one side of the pillow to the other. Have a good one, bud.
Bye.
But yeah, it was terrible. So I didn't get any better that night. I didn't get any sleep. So I finally went to sleep, and then like I don't know, almost 5:00, and then the alarm goes off an hour later to get Roderick up for school, and I'm just like, I am gonna die today. So yeah, Thursday was just like I was on a whole nother dimension. I would like no sleep, and I'm just like, I'm so glad I'm off today because, oh yeah, it was terrible. So needless to say, I didn't get done this week. It was one of those days you wake up and you're like, I'm gonna get cool stuff done. I'm gonna work on the CB4K auctions. I'm gonna get all this stuff posted up. Yeah, Tina's like, hey, are you gonna post stuff today? I was like, yeah, maybe tomorrow. And then Friday was such a bad day at work. I don't even remember what happened Friday. And then today we had the markets. So for everybody that's wondering where the stuff is for CB4K auctions, that will be going up tomorrow. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on some cool stuff, have some game time with the kids. We've got Unstable Unicorns, so I'm excited to play that. And we got Exploding Kittens. I've never played it. Everybody said it's
Exploding
really
Kittens
good.
is fun. Yeah.
It's fun, yeah.
Is it? I'm excited for, earlier this year, the Binding of Isaac went on Kickstarter, and it's version 2. It's a Requiem or whatever. I'm kind of excited to get that card game. They've just been posting updates about the game. I got one today showing off the cards for it. So I don't know if anybody here knows what Binding Isaac is. It's also a video game, but it looks pretty cool.
If you like Exploding Kittens, you can get Bears versus Babies. Bears versus Babies is fun.
Is it?
Yeah, and so is crap, what's the other game? I forgot what the other game is. There's another one by the same company. It's called like Crabs or something like that. Catch the Crabs or something like that.
I love card games. That's like one of the things Stephanie and I used to always play all the time was games. And then now we got kids that, tear them apart and throw the pieces all over the place. So you'll be playing Monopoly and there's like Connect 4 pieces in there. And you're like, what the fuck is this? You're using Connect 4 tokens from the hotels because the hotels are gone. They're probably in Connect 4 or Candyland. You got Uno and there's Skip-O cards in it. So like we started keeping the games down here in our room so they don't get into them. But I'm super excited. I got Exploding Kittens and then another game that Jack turned me on to. So I'll
Jack
show these off
a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Woo, woo, woo. Ain't no shame in my game. Hold on. I'm breaking out the games. I might have an avalanche. If you hear a big boom, I am no longer with us.
I like to play
All right,
Munchkin with my nieces and nephews till they start cheating. My niece, when she was like 8, she went to grab one treasure card, and all of a sudden she had all the treasure cards in her hand, and her hand was full of like 90 cards. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, No, those were all in my hand. I had those. I'm like, there's no treasure cards. You took all the treasure cards. She's like, oh. And she went like 3 rounds before anybody had to draw a treasure card. So it was
Have you ever played this one, Smithers?
Once. It's a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, the not safe for work edition is so hilarious here. We'll show off why it's so funny. So instead of unicorns, you have, come on, and focus. Focus.
It's really blurry.
I know it is. I'm waiting for it to focus. Hold on, let me put these other games down. I was going to show Jack this. I think Jack's still in here.
It's the
But I was going to show him the game.
Take it out of the wrapper.
All right, I'll try taking it out of the wrapper.
Trying
Here,
to
hold on.
That cellophane.
Cellophane.
Cellophane in the membrane.
Nor a damn one too.
Okay,
No,
what's
that's only
what's our
focusing.
excuse now? What's it trying to focus on?
So that's it again.
Pull back a little bit. Now rub some dirt on it.
Just pick one of the damn cards out of the freaking box.
Well, I'm afraid of what I might pull out of here. I mean, there's a reason why it's called not safe for work.
Yeah, but it's YouTube.
All right,
Who
so here
cares?
you go.
It's not like we're on
Pull it out.
Facebook.
Oh, it's so
Ooh, he's cute.
And so there's another one in here. It's a horse with a dildo, so it's got a dildo on its head instead of a unicorn.
wow.
Okay, so Jack is here. Very good. So yeah, and so the one on here is it's a chicken, and it's called the giant. So I was trying to focus in on. It's called the giant horned cock. So there it is. There's the giant horned cock, and then this one is the flesh-eating unicorn. So this game is a lot of fun. If nobody's ever played Unstable Unicorns Not Safe for Work Edition, it is a must-have for every collection, and don't play it with your kids. So then Jack told me about Flux, so I went out and I got Flux. Flux is awesome. We had a lot of fun. So Tiffany loves The Wizard of Oz, and so Jack tells me about Flux. Well, then I find this, and so I go online and try to buy it. No longer carried. And it said, oh, we're re-releasing it in March of 2021. Well, I forgot. April rolls around. I go on there. You can buy every single thing on their web store except for this, because this was a newly added item on a new system, and the new system wasn't done updating. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm never going to get this game. So I found the fantasy shop, which had it, so I went and picked it up, which is also where I got this one at. And so we played these two. These two are really fun. So then I found this one back in May. So I was like, hell yeah, Jumanji, I'm all over that. We haven't played it yet, of course. And then this one is what they have now, too. So this one, I'm excited.
I have Cthulhu Flux and like Star Trek Flux and like Batman.
Oh, I know. I want Star Trek Flux and Star Flux so bad, but nobody has it. But their store still isn't updated as far as I know. But they had this out for Halloween, and it was only like $9, I think. How much was this thing? It was $10, and I had to pick it up. I was like, hell yeah, because I went back in there to try to, drop off some books or do a book signing. And I was like, Monster Flux, the kids are going to love this for Halloween. And then, of course, you've got the Toy of the Year regular edition, so you can play with the kids.
You know what game I played? I played What Do You Mean? That game, after playing Cards Against Humanity, that game's so lame. Like if we played that first and then played Cards Against Humanity, I think it would have been better. But after we got done playing like 20 rounds of Cards Against Humanity, everybody's like, "Hey, let's play this," and we're all just like, "This is rather lame."
Have you ever played That's What She Said?
No.
Oh, that's fun. That's what's fun about these games. So you get these cards and you pull it out, and then you have like 5 white cards in your hand. You play whatever fits best with it. Everybody votes on which one's best. Oh my God, That's What She Said. Come up with some funny shit. Because it'll be like, well, my mother met my boyfriend for the first time, and then everybody has to put a card in. And like, so somebody puts in a card and it says, I told her about how the first, I talked about the first time I took it in the ass, or all kinds of crazy, weird answers. And, you try to come up with the raunchy thing you can. It is hilarious. And that's what I'm going to do with Stufful Circle of Destruction. You guys are going to get the standard base game. You guys are going to be able to play with your kids. And it's just this raunchy game with Link from Chuck Pino and Sean Barber's game, where he's like trapped you in a a porta potty, but it's not just any porta potty. So the regular game, he's just trapped you in a porta potty, but then not the game, he's trapped you in the glory hole porta potty that he's shoving giant stuff into. So
Jesus
it's gonna be,
Christ.
yeah. Hey, it's gonna be fun, man. You you're gonna get both copies. You already know you're down for it. You're see, everybody just jumped off to go pre-order it.
Yeah, I'm with Jack. Super Fight is a lot of fun.
I'm going to jump off because I am being hailed from upstairs. So,
all right, Rodney.
All right, well, have a good one,
you.
Rodney. Thanks for being here, everyone. Please check out Hazzum Productions. That's HAZZUM.com. Get up, Pitter Patter, Peanut Pudding and Jelly, and Roadkill Rampage on October 20th. Have a good night, bud.
Guys. Good seeing everybody again. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Have a good night.
You too.
And then there were 4.
Yeah, but you don't really count because you're the host. You're always going to be
I don't
here.
count. I'm just a
I got this
loser.
today, and I'm so excited for it.
Oh, what is it? Oh, I got
It's,
it today too. Oh my gosh. So once again, I want to call out how awesome the creators are. So I was super bummed. I missed out on the last art book that Steph did, the tiny dresses. And so then this one came around, and then I felt really bad because I really wanted the Halloween one because, of course, it had the vampire girl and stuff. And I felt bad too because, like, I always support Steph, and like everything that Steph's been releasing lately, I haven't been getting. And so I told Steph, I was like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. Please don't take offense to the fact that I'm not getting this. I got to concentrate on my project. I just don't have the money." So Robert Bell and Thomas Andrus both went in halvesies and bought it, and Steph sent it to me, and I got it today with a note that said, Robert and Thomas went in half on this. I
That's
hope you
awesome.
enjoy the book. So thank you so much to those guys in this community. This is what I'm talking about. We're surrounded by fans and friends and collaborators that really care about each other. It was really, I'm like, what did Steph send me? Because Robert's like, oh, I'll buy it for you. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. I don't want you to do that. And they both went in halvesies on it. So I really appreciate that. It's really cool to come home and have a surprise package and be like, what's this?
It's funny because, like, since I've known everyone mostly in our group of, like, people that we talk to a lot of, like I got COVID a month ago, and, like, I have normal friends and families like, oh, that sucks, but, like, you guys just came out of the woodwork, and it was just like there's like 50,000 messages, and I was like, fuck, I got COVID, and then like when like somebody in my family died like a year ago, you guys were just like there. It was just nuts. It was just crazy how much we support
We're
each
one
other.
big family. It's awesome. It's awesome. I can't wait to meet Steph and Carrie. I can't wait to meet April. I can't wait to meet Alfred and Kara and Wendy. And, I'm really hoping we can go to C2E2 this year because I know a lot of them are going to be there. I think CB Zane's going to be there too.
I'm excited
not
for
just
that.
for that. It's not just for that too. I'm excited to get a book, signed by all of them, so I can put it up for CB4K. Because how awesome would that be? To have each piece as an Nanite Titan signed for.
Well, now I'm bringing my Xeno Nanite Titan to do the same thing.
Yeah, because they're all going to be there. See, and that's what's awesome. Steph and Carrie are going to be there. Wendy's going to be there. CB. I think the only one that's not going to be there is like Ed, and I don't think Dave. Of course, David Harrigan probably won't be there. And another person I want to shout out to is David Fought and Christy Fought. It was so great to see today them in the room together.
The same room.
They've been apart
awesome.
for so long, and they've just had. They've had the same, 2 years that I've had, just shit luck. You get cancer, he goes in, they do the surgery, and they take out part of his intestines, and then they have to go back in, and then he got COVID, then she got COVID. And so they've been apart for months, and I'm like, I'm waiting for updates. How are they doing? So today I got on Facebook at the market, and Christy and David were in the same room. That was great to see. Them reunited.
I told her to slap him just for good measure, in case it's a while longer.
Yeah.
No, that's like watching them two like struggle because like he's got the she's back.
Hello.
Hi. That's awesome.
What?
Did you say what?
I claim it.
No.
Awesome?
I claim it.
No, not.
You want it? She's available.
I claim it. What?
My hands are as dirty as my mind. It's wonderful.
All right, April, I claim it.
You got. Wait, who's saying claim? Oh,
Russell.
okay, it's claimed. Oh, you want to see the Green Fairy?
Yes. Is that up for grabs?
No, this one's already spoken for.
Yeah, that's a lingerie one. That was from what, day 2, I think.
Yes,
Let
it
me-
was.
Awesome.
Good job. Good memory.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, April, I've been stalking your
That's really
page,
cool.
anxiously awaiting all
Oh,
the
yeah.
naughty pictures.
Oh,
Yeah, like I get up and I go to work, and then like at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm like, "Did she post one yet? Did she post one yet?"
You
Yeah,
know,
no,
last
like-
year it was like that. I've done this so many times I can't remember. Did I at the beginning of the show, did I do the run through of what I actually like finished today or yesterday?
I don't
So I
think
did
so.
the no.
Oh, no,
Okay.
let's
So
do
this
it.
was what I just finished, and then today I just colored this one right before your show.
That's
That's
awesome.
the boot worship.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
day
then I
1.
had this
Cover.
cover.
The
cover.
Mm-hmm. And then
Man, I hope
that's
I have enough.
it.
Is that going to be offered on the Kickstarter?
Yes, this will be the Kickstarter exclusive. I'll only print as many as that gets.
No, I mean the
printed.
cover itself, like the OG.
Oh.
Or did somebody already claim it?
Oh
I think
yeah,
so.
that one got claimed. Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm doing high-end voyeurism at Jimmy Choo.
You couldn't
I'm
even say
not-
it without laughing. You're like, you
I'm
just
not
like,
I
Yeah.
double checked with the guy. I'm like, look, I think voyeurism. I did the closet thing last year. I really want to do public space, but like, you know, wearing $2,000 kicks, right? Like, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to wear them or afford them. But
My
here's
favorite
that.
part about this, though, guys, hold on, we got to go back to this. So my favorite part, put it back. My favorite part about this is she's like looking at the shoe. She's not even worried
Yeah.
about what's going on right now.
Oh,
She doesn't
yeah.
even care that they're in public.
also
She's just like,
holding a whole
oh man,
other
look at
set.
these shoes.
Yeah.
And she's like,
She's
do I
also
like
holding
these
a whole
best?
other set. So I think I'm gonna have these as like little peekaboo shelves, and I'm gonna hide people over here like trying to like view it or whatever. I don't know. I'm just like, this will never be my life. It's fine.
I love it. Here, I love it because the first show that we did 2 weeks ago, because this is episode 3, the first episode that we did the show, April came out and said she's the most vanilla person in the world. And then
oh yeah.
she gets on with it. She's like, check out this shoe store. Like, what's it called? Jimmy Shoe? You know?
Jimmy Choo, CHO.
So, and not only is it Jimmy Shoes is a mobster. So in the next one, it's going to be like the mobsters joining in. So it's going to be like, you know, an orgy or some crazy stuff. I mean, now she's already idea that went quiet. Her brains.
Yeah, sorry. I still think my favorite so far is the zebra girl. I think that she's by far my favorite so far.
April, do I need to party foul you?
Why? Did I do the party foul thing?
Yeah, you did a party foul thing. It's the Squeeeville.
Oh no, I love that. Okay, yes, that is true. That is very true.
Oh my god, I got on there like first thing in the morning. I seen that. I was like, if you guys look to the left, you'll see the rare animal known as a Squeeeville. Because I was like,
Nice.
This is perfect. Because they had the squee erasers on it. I loved it. It was so funny.
I like the Squeevilles. It's you know, the glitter.
That's what unit. How much glitter we can throw on there?
Yes.
See, I'm telling you, like we're gonna corrupt Katrina. Katrina's on these shows going, oh my god, what is wrong with all these people? And you watch. She's gonna do. She did Tales from the Toy Store, April's Army, Return to the Toy Store, and then she's gonna do another cat book, and then it's gonna be like, yeah, we're going to the toy store.
Actually, Katrina's first published work was erotica.
I know. I'm just teasing. Why did you pull all of it down? So we talked about that last week. That you did these erotica books, but none of them are no longer available. So why is that?
They are still available. I am just
she's hoarding them.
Is it a
hoarding them,
branding thing?
It really is a branding thing. If I were to go back to writing erotica, it would be under a pen name now.
Yeah.
Because the other stuff that I write, I mean, are children's stories.
Yeah.
And I get it. I would hate for somebody to go on like Amazon and think they were buying children's stories.
Hey, honey, I bought this great book for the kids. It's called We're Going to the Toy Store. I really hope the kids like it. Mommy, what's this big giant purple snake? And where is she putting it?
Right, yeah. I was going to say, you know, yeah, so it's really a branding thing. I'm not against writing erotica. I would do it again. It's just my focus right now are on the kids stuff. I was going to say, but, you know.
Yeah.
April and I know some of the same people that we know are not totally vanilla. So,
which like totally makes me just giddy as all get out. My biggest thing is that like I can't keep a straight face during all of that stuff. I start giggling like crazy, which makes me glad that I didn't try to go into like vocal recordings of erotic books or something like that. Okay, take 20. Jesus Christ, April, like keep it together.
Because you get video footage of April reading erotica.
You know what?
It'll be great for two different reasons. It'll be great for one reason because you'll get to hear April laugh. It'll be 8 hours long to read a 2 hour long reading because it's 6 hours of laughing. And then you can turn around and like the one chip challenge could just use the video of her face as she's reading this because she just gets redder and redder and redder. They use it for advertising. Be like, this is after 1 minute of the chip, and just show a picture of her at the beginning of the book, and then at the end of the book, it's like an hour in, and like it'd be like last week when April was on the verge of passing out. Her face was. I mean, I literally thought you were gonna asphyxiate last week. We had you rolling
You're
so hard.
kidding. I wasn't that bad.
It was that bad. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna put together like a montage video of like every time you laughed on that video. And
that's fantastic.
Well, that's why she's drawing now, so we don't see her face. You guys realize?
There you go.
Exactly.
That's what I said. Let's up her hiney. It'll be perfect.
And that's what I said when she signed on. I said, "What the hell is this, April? Where's your face at?" I was like, "You don't want us to see you turning red."
We need to get Jim Noble on the same show. We need to get Jim Noble on the show and see if we can make him blush with April's Kinktober.
Oh my
God.
God.
There you go, Katrina. Instead of catch.
I'll just change the first letter. Nobody will know.
Nobody will know. No one will know. How will they know? No one will know.
No, I mean, I used to before I joked that I did podcasting before podcasting was a thing because I used to do internet radio. And I DJ'd for 2 different adult radio stations online. And I had a couple of friends who used to, one of my best friend and this other guy who was not my friend.
We'll just put that out there right now.
Let's put this out there right now.
Right now.
No, his thing was he was very dominant, and he thought that all women should be submissive to him. And I was like, yeah, that's not how that works.
That is not how that fucking works.
That's not how that works. And so we didn't get along. But what my best friend would do to mess with him is because he was convinced that this guy had a minor thing for me.
Oh, a minor thing?
He would have me,
nothing, baby.
He would actually have me call in. They had a call-in portion to their show, and he would have me just call in and moan to mess with the other guy, and it was really hard to keep a straight face, and not just burst into giggles.
Thank God it's radio.
Yeah, like, thank God for if they'd had me, like, if I was on any kind of camera, that would have been the end of it. Like, no, can't do it. I'm laughing too hard.
How
it's a mess.
good was your moan, though? I mean, quite a bit. I know.
Apparently good enough, because he said that the other guy would, turn red and squirm like every time I did it. And I was like, it serves him right. He's such a jerk to me, like, all the time. It's kind of fun to just mess with him a little bit.
Hey, you want to see how red we can get Tiffany in turn? So you guys want to hear a really funny ass story?
No,
yes. So
listen, Russell, we don't want your marriage to end over a story you tell on a podcast.
Oh, I ain't worried about it. I've told it before, but you guys probably haven't heard it. So get this. So Tiffany bought a Nook. I bought a Nook for Tiffany several years ago for Christmas. We're talking 9 years ago. And so Nook offers free books that you can download the full book of, and then you can share them to people. So her mom really liked Tiffany's book. Yeah, see, she's already turning red. So her mom really liked Tiffany's book. She's like, I want one. So everybody pitched in and got her one for Christmas. And so she's like, hey, Tiffany, well, can you put some books on here for me to read it before you guys go home for Christmas? So, of course, Nook has the lending option. You can lend people the books that are on your Nook. And Tiffany had downloaded like 50 Shades of Grey and some other books. And so she had this one romance book that she had downloaded, something Dragon. And so she sent it over to her mom. So a few months goes by, and we're up at her mom's. And her mom, I'm sitting at the table, and we're getting ready to eat dinner. And her mom goes, yeah, Tiffany, I'm just really wondering about some of the stuff that you're into. And Tiffany's like, what are you talking about, Mom? She's like, that one book that you gave me? She's like, that's pretty graphic. It was talking about how this lady was taking this dragon's D in her mouth, and then it was the size of a mountain, and he was sticking it inside of her. And she's just like, I didn't know you were into that kind of stuff. And she's like, I didn't even know that was in that book. So she read this whole book that Tiffany shared with her, and she's just going, what the fuck are
Tiffany,
you
that's what you
into?
should have went. You should have went, Mom. I don't know if what you're into because I didn't read that far into that book.
Right? I read the first chapter and went, oh, I don't think so.
That's exactly what happened. I was like, yeah, no, this isn't for me. Dragons and humans, no, I'm good. But
it was just so funny because her mom was just straight faced about it. She's like, Tiffany, I don't know what you're into. She's like, but that was some crazy shit. But she read the whole fucking thing. I was like, what are you into? I was like, you actually read it?
All of a sudden, she's getting dragon tattoos and
right? Internet book dropping.
That's like the birthday you get her a stuffed dragon.
No, I'm gonna say what Tiffany needs to do is look through the Kinktober list and find a good day for like April to throw in some dragons, and we'll give it to her mom for Christmas.
Right? Feel like, yes, sure, it's Game of Thrones, quote unquote.
If you do that, if you guys really do that, you gotta film it and share it with us.
Oh my god!
Unboxing.
Like her reaction.
Oh my gosh. We did that to her when we had Roderick. So we lost our first two kids, and they were miscarriages. And so when we finally got far enough along with Roderick, we found out the sex of the baby. I screwed with her hardcore. So Tiffany went to Dollar Tree, and we got like a box, and we put a bunch of like just regular balloons in there, and then we got 2 Mylar balloons. Because originally she was just gonna get a blue one. I was like, no, let's get a blue one and a pink one. We'll put the blue one underneath all the balloons, and then we'll put the pink one on top. So when she opens it up, and it was so funny, we got it on film because she's like a freaking gnome. I always tell her like if it snows, we need to put a go-kart flag on her so we can see where she's going. And so you get this video, and she opens it up, and that pink balloon comes out, and like the look of disappointment on her face was just like incredible. And then the blue balloon like shoots up out of the balloons, and she's like, oh my gosh, she's like, it's a boy, yay, it's dead.
She immediately knew whose idea it was too.
Oh, I'm always doing that. I mean, I am the master of disaster and trouble. If I can stir up trouble and have fun, I will find any and every way to, just like making April blush. I'm sure she's blushing right now thinking about dragons.
I don't know. I'm not that faint of heart anymore. I mean, I am. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, it takes more than just talking about dragon dong to make me blush nowadays. I mean, when you turn 40 and you get hardened up, and not in the good way.
That sounds like a heavy metal band. Oh, everybody, we're coming out on the stage. Get ready for dragon dong. They're really gonna drop the beat.
Show us what you're made of. No, not that.
Show us what you're made of. Dong! That's what the crowd's shouting. People are driving by going, why the hell are there like 20,000 people at an amphitheater screaming dong?
Hell yeah. As they should.
During the month of November.
Have you seen that dragon's dong? the size of a fucking mountain, for Christ's sake.
It's the size of a
It's all in our mouth. You can hardly get a word in edgewise. God, I'm so glad that Tom's not on here right now.
Yeah, because we would be the Jim Nobles of the night. He'd just be sitting
Dude,
there
I
like,
tell you what, I feel like he's the principal of our little group on Sundays, and I'm like so afraid to get in trouble. Like he's not gonna invite me back. I don't give a shit if I'm on there or not. It's fine.
Oh my God, I would have died if you would have put that on that.
You did it earlier, and I was like, Jesus Christ. We're throwing down the Kinktober gang sign, and I'm like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Don't make me explain that. I'm going to feel like I'm going to be in so much trouble.
Oh, Tom knows better.
You have 2 weekends and for him to forget about it, so you're good.
No, he'll be on next weekend and the following weekend.
Well,
So
yeah.
don't worry, April.
Well, you know, it's fine. I don't think he caught. Well, maybe he did. I don't know.
He did. Just
Did
don't forget.
he?
Don't do it during Vince's thing if you're trying to impress Vince. So.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, ah, and they'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I got a cramp in my fourth finger.
It really hurts.
To get it's going to be like Ash versus
She threw it up backwards. That's why it hurt so bad. It's supposed to go the other way. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what I was doing it wrong.
Oh, man, I'm so sorry,
the other
guys.
side well.
Oh, Jesus.
Russell,
Stephanie's just
you're
like, oh, my
forgetting to
God.
get you're forgetting to get the thumb action in there.
Yeah.
Get the trigger finger, huh?
Starting.
Man.
Okay, the conversation went really bad somewhere.
You know, it really did. Do we still have people in the chat? Like, did they all go to bed and be like, nope, April's not here, we're out?
Yeah. No, we had the comment, what are they using those dragon tails for?
Oh, so many tails.
I can just see it
But
now.
not the
I'm going to
tail.
write the cat
for that-
track, and then the next one's going to be shocker track. Shocker track.
It's those DP tails.
There you
Yeah,
go.
DD tails. Oh my God! April, you missed
I
it when
couldn't
Rodney
believe-
was on here. We were when you hopped off. We were talking about the
Yes.
Steam. Oh my God! And Rodney holds up his fist, and they take him like the whole screen. I was like, holy shit! If April was here right now, she would pass out.
And
It was
he's
too
worried about me being asphyxiated.
Well, I don't know, man.
Smithers, you're going to
Oh.
have to get a word bubble for your plant.
What one would you like? I can make
I
it for
don't know.
next Saturday.
Yeah, I think that you've got a week to like surprise us. It
right.
could be a thought bubble. It could be like a, yo, bitch, I need some water up in here. And see if anybody actually catches it. Roadside cheese. Oh, it could be throwing up the gang sign for Kinktober.
It's Rodney
I don't know.
Ficus.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm totally doing the Rodney thing next
There
week.
you go.
Oh my gosh, he would die if he came on.
Russell, breathe, fuck. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
I mean, I have multiple
we-
plants, so we can do like a whole.
So here's one for another plant.
the stuff.
Oh, hello. Songs
And then
from
we got
the,
this one.
Yeah. Songs from the cranberry field. Oh my. There for a second I thought that was a Peggy Bundy thing. Leave it for the colorist. Nice.
Well, I keep telling him like his pieces in the art book wouldn't be good without Carrie Ann, and he just agrees with me. So it doesn't even like it's not even a funny thing anymore. He's just like, you're right. Carrie Ann is definitely the more talented one. And I'm just like, Steph, I'm trying to mess with you. Let me mess with you a little bit.
Well, he
But no,
started posting shit about me being on a whole bunch of podcasts and stuff. I'm like, I'm on like 3 a week. I'm like,
you're like 1, 3, 7. Okay, 12 a week. We're good.
well, now it's just become a running joke. I'm like, can't wait to see me. Oh yes, God, that's going to be the most amazing launch party. It really is going to be awesome.
So there's
We're gonna
names, folks. for Squeegasm.
Yeah,
That's the day after my birthday it starts, so it better be awesome.
it better be. Yeah.
What are you doing it? What time are you guys launching it?
We're gonna launch on the 21st at 8 p.m. We're gonna go live on the Raging podcast, but I'm probably gonna smash that right at 8 o'clock because I know if they start doing their intro, I'm gonna start talking and I'm gonna forget. So I'm gonna hit it right as I am going on for their show.
I love all the terms she's using for this. She's gonna smash it, and then she's gonna hit it, and
Oh, yeah.
and so it
So
wouldn't be Kinktober without smashing it and hitting it.
no doubt. Well, they're trying to do like something really fun for the launch party. They're gonna do like everybody in their pajamas, and we're gonna do like door prizes, and I'm trying to get them to play Love or Labor. Or
Oh, we lost
I
Tiffany.
offered Mad Libs, like maybe we can do like a Mad Libs thing, or I don't know. There was something else. I don't know. So anyway, we're going to try to have some prizes. I'm going to try to do like a sketch or two to like offer up as door prizes. Talk about the campaign, go through it, and see all the wild crap that we've got going on. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. Not only did we get Kara for the cosplay cover, but we've got George Weber, who does a lot of like adult cartoons. He did a cover for me, and I've got a couple of other ones that I'm looking at doing. I'm going to do like a peekaboo cover where I can do like a little remark window. So I'm thinking about having like a little heart paddle, and then I could do the remark in the heart. So kind of like that issue where Harley Quinn's stealing the picture frame off the wall. Yeah. So it's going to be kind of like that, where it'll be a decent sized heart, but it'll be, cute and, not an entire sheet of paper. So I don't know. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for fun. And then, of course, I'll have the first book available for people to buy as a bundle in case they missed out on all the awesomeness from last year. So I don't know. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. I just it's been a mad rush to get everything done, and I really hope that everybody loves it because it's been very fun putting it together. And then I sent you the link for the Kickstarter, right, Russ?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm throwing it up now because I'm getting ready to shut it down. We're going on.
Yep.
We're going on 3 hours, so I'm popping everybody's links in here. We've got Tiff Allen Personalized, so if you guys are looking to get some custom t-shirts, you want to get a sweet holiday sign, you guys want to get some kinky stickers, some fun stickers, or you just need blanket personalized for a baby. She does birthday teddy bears, pretty much anything that needs to be customized with vinyl, sublimation ink, t-shirts, bears. You've done wood signs, of course. We showed some of those off tonight. If you guys want to check any of that out, please check out the link. We've also got Katrina Rhodes. We've got her return to the toy store. Please, guys, share that link out as well. Pledge $1 to it. Tell your friends. Please help get that funded.
And if we hit $500 by end of day Monday, we're actually adding a print.
Yep. You guys get the print full. I forgot all about that. I'm glad you brought it up. And there's the pre-launch for Squee After Dark Volume 2. And I will pop Tom's link in here too in just a second. Come on. Thank you. So here's Tom's link. And once I get Rodney's pre-launch link for Roadkill Rampage 2, we'll be popping that bad boy in. Hopefully here not too long from now because it's launching in 10 days, 11 days. let's see. So this is Legend Draws.
So April, I have a
Yes.
question for you. So
Yes.
watching you draw, it's fun, by the way. But like watching anybody draw for me, because I'm not as good at drawing as I'd like to have been or be, because I don't practice it enough.
Okay.
I just get nerve wracked, like watching you or CB Zane. Like CB Zane, you just pull out the marker and start inking. And it's
Giant
like, what are you
Sharpie
doing?
marker.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
you're gonna mess it up. Like how long did it take you to be comfortable with like your own hand and trusting yourself not to screw things up?
I don't know if I would ever describe it as being comfortable, but
Or more confidence in yourself.
I would say, okay, so I would say that the first 3 years were the hardest, where I just had like zero confidence and trying to get people to like stop at my table to talk to me. Like it felt like that was the challenge. And then my husband would be like, you need to draw. And then I'd be drawing. He's like, you need to say hi to people. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't do both things at once. And so it became quite the struggle. So by about year 5, I realized, no, people are actually stopping now that they know where I'm at and who I am, and that I can be a little bit more engaging and that I am a little more sure with my lines. I'm still not perfect at it, but I have to admit these daily challenges are really helpful.
No, so if you guys want to know the truth, I set April free by making her draw this. She was like, holy shit, I have to draw these hexagons. And she's like, I'm never drawing again.
No, I never said that. I was like,
No, that sounds like Steph Wilson with the feathers or the mermaid tails.
Right. So, but once you do a couple of mermaids, you realize like there's a challenge there, like trying to make them all individual and unique, and trying to get the scales. Like I would start to rush the scales, and so I wound up doing like a little like fishnet kind of thing where I would do little X's, and then I could do the scalloping to kind of like curve around the form. And so it was, I don't know, a little hit and miss there for the first 2 or 3. And then after that, I started getting, more comfortable with it. And then I got sick of scales, and then you start finding other ways to start incorporating sea life, like angelfish or anglerfish or octopus or, just like other things that don't have scales. You're like, anything but scales, Jesus. So yeah, it's really interesting. It gets to be very challenging and fun. I mean, I swear my favorite to this day is that anglerfish. This one to this day is still my favorite.
Oh, that's very cool.
Well, that's cool.
This one's pretty cool too. With like you get the scales, you get like the head of the fish and rainbow, and like the.
How did you not tell all the OA to mermaids or rising tides, mermaids of the deep? How did you not tell all those?
Because
she didn't want to.
No, I want to. Please, Jesus Christ, take them. But
wow.
But yeah, some of they just some of them.
How much for the anglerfish? That's like stuff of nightmares.
I know, right? I price all of these at like $40. So
I will take the anglerfish. I'll be contacting you.
Okay. Thank you, but you don't have.
No. I really like it. and
I would gladly take your money. Don't get me wrong.
The more I can share my niece
like
and nephews, like it can be I'm getting all this stuff together for my niece. Her birthday's in November. And I haven't really got a chance to see him, even though they live in De Pere, which is like, 15 minutes away, because I work all the time, and then COVID and all that crap, and it's I got to hang out with them last Friday, and that was awesome. And
like, Smither says you've got art. Challenge accepted.
No, these drawing challenges totally help. Because you literally get that muscle memory thing going. I am really bad. I have to use photo references for a lot of stuff, but after I draw a face, like, I don't know, 100 times, I start getting better at it. Sketch cards were another really great opportunity to draw something 100 times, quite literally, and get better at it. Yeah, like when I had to do 200 cards of Red Sonja, oh my God, that took forever. Yeah, started getting really good at doing chainmail. So you find ways to make it work for you, but sometimes you gotta do the grind. You know, it's not just easy money, because sketch cards are only like $3 a card, even working for Dynamite or Marvel. Oh my God, you guys.
What?
My Marvel Premiere cards showed up.
And
You're due November 12th.
That's
They're
not
due
that
November
long.
12th. She's got Squee to deal with. She's launching the
Yeah.
project.
I was
She's
like,
got a
that's not that long.
CB4K piece to color. She's got
Yes.
cover work that she's doing.
How
and
many-
she's got to get all these done and colored, plus all the requests. So April is going to asphyxiate from laughing or doing all these sketch
This
cards.
helps keep me sane. But I had to call. I had like, can you guys call me? Because I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I've never done booklet cards before. I've never done dual-sided cards before.
Not
It's
going
like
to
a
bed again.
panel
Quit.
of like 3 together, and then you have to draw all on that side, and then flip it over and draw all on that side. Like,
How many cards do you have to do?
a lot. 25 single cards, 10 dual-sided booklet cards, 10 triple set dual cards, 5 quad set dual cards, and 5 5x7s.
Well, you're going to be a busy girl for October.
And it's
No
Marvel,
sleep for
so
April.
I
Everybody
might-
send
dun.
April a monster and coffee.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, everybody
And just
needs
send her
to
Starbucks gift card.
request a
She lives on
lot of-
Starbucks.
Yeah, right. Everybody needs to request lots of dragon dong to get me through the rest of it.
It's gonna be a rapper joke now. Like, we're just gonna be April's gonna go live on Friday, and somebody's just gonna like pop in the comments Dragon Dong, and she's just gonna lose her shit.
Yeah, right. I can't
Then
wait
she's
to
apologizing to Tiffany because she shows Tiffany's mom getting double teamed by 2 dragons. That might have been a little too far. I apologize,
Merry,
Tiffany.
Merry Christmas, Mom. You enjoyed the book so much. I had this made for you. What the fuck is this?
That's when Tiffany's mom pulls down her pants and shows her the tattoo. It's the same thing. She's like, I beat you to it, Tiffany.
Oh, you're gonna get us in trouble because you're like, you know, that's like a '90s throwback, right? You can't do your mom jokes, right? Is that like a thing? Everything that's old is new again.
It doesn't matter. We're all old school, so who cares what everyone else thinks, right?
Yeah, who cares what those kids think? They can just get off our lawn. That's right.
Get off our fucking lawn.
Turn your music down.
April
Turn your
mows her
pants
lawn by running shit through a UV machine and catching it on fire.
If you burn it all with fire, then it doesn't grow back. That's
right.
For a
Tiffany,
while.
and I meant no offense. I'm sorry I picked on your mom. I apologize.
No, you're good.
Well,
You can pick on my mom if you want.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna start buying her Christmas ornaments that have dragons in it.
No. What's gonna happen is next week Smithers is gonna jump on, and there's gonna be a picture of a dragon with a giant dong, and there's gonna be like a picture. It's gonna say your mom underneath of it.
It'll be Rodney over here, and then it'll be a dragon with a giant dog over here.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm going to shut this down, folks. Tiffany's ready to go to bed. I'm more out. My back can't take any more sitting here. I had a great time tonight.
Yeah,
Everyone,
guys.
please back these great projects. Once again, we've got Tiff Allen Personalized. Please check out her stuff. Get you some personalized shirts, some holiday decorations, some holiday signs, birth bears. We got blankets. You name it. You want it personalized, we can take care of it for you. And then once again, you've got Return to the Toy Store. You've got the Squee After Dark Volume 2 pre-launch link. You have the Legends of Oz. And one last call out. I want to definitely make sure I call this out there. Anybody that's still watching, please go check out Mobables. This ends in 3 days, and we're still like $500 from goal on this. So please help out Brett Giuliano. Let's get his project funded. If you can't back it for $1, please share this project out. He has based on true story, book 1, 2, and 3 on there, and you can get that as a catch up. It's stories that are based on true mobsters. The trading card set are all based on mob names, like we talked about last week when he was on. You know, you have, you know, the tiger was his name. He drew it as if the mobster was an animal. There's poker chips. There's cool vintage cigar boxes, shot glasses, all kinds of stuff that you can get on there's add-ons. There's digital catch-up kits. But please help, you know, fund this project. That's what this is all about. Getting on here, having fun, sharing other creators, but helping other creators reach their goals and make their dreams come true. Every little bit helps. If you can throw $5 at it, if you can throw $1 at it, or at least share this link out, tag them in it, tag your friends in it, whatever you can do that for all of these links. Let's make these dreams come true. Let's make these projects blow up, and everyone, we're gonna have fun watching this Sweet After Dark Volume 2. It's gonna be a blast. Oh, as you ready for bed?
She is.
I may actually keep this one. Last year, I brought April's book and gave it as a Christmas gift.
Oh, how'd that go over?
It went to my best friend.
Oh, very good.
So he loved it.
Good. I'm so glad because I always get nervous. They don't know me.
All right, well, Smithers, have a good night. Thanks for being on and joking around with us as usual.
Good night.
See you next week.
See you next week. April, once again, thanks so much for getting on Squeeing with us. I hope you had fun tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks again for being on here talking with us, and I'm ready for this project to launch. Let's blow it into the ether. We're gonna fund it in 2 minutes.
You betcha.
Absolutely.
It's not gonna be one time she's gonna say, "Damn, that was fast."
See what?
That's what she said.
Nothing. I said that's not the first time she said, "Damn, that was fast."
Oh, right on. Right on.
Have a great night, April.
Thank you.
Oh, Katrina, thanks for being on. Let's get that toy store going. Everyone, like she said earlier, if we can hit that $500 goal, you're adding on that. You have a print stretch goal. So everyone, please help share that out. Help get the toy store. Remember, once again, buy it for your grandkids. Buy it for your nieces and nephews. Christmas is close. Or you can buy it for a birthday or whatever you want to get it for. It's definitely a book for kids. Like I said, there's a link at the end. You can go to that link and save, print out these pictures, let the kids color it. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
So thanks so much for being on.
That's the goal. Bye, guys.
Bye. And then there were 2. Hi, Ezzy girl. You ready for Daddy to put you to bed?
She's
How did
tired.
Daddy get in that thing? What is he doing? So thanks a lot, everybody, for watching tonight. Thanks a lot for being here. We had a lot of fun again, as usual. Blastcast episode 3. Next week, we're going to get some more guests in here. We're going to have fun. We're going to talk smack and just be crazy as usual, because that's what I do. And, that's what we do. We get together, we collaborate, we have fun, we share each other's stuff, and we help each other to succeed. That's what any creation is all about. And that's why our stories are so great, because we all do this together and we do it with heart. So everyone, as usual, this is Russ Explode Studios with projects that'll blow your mind. You guys have a great night and a great weekend.